game. But Cousins throws it down and stands over Kuzma. A whistle and a foul.
Finish him.
So even on total strikes.
Finish him.
Polarities in three-point shooting.
That's a man's jam. Just that bit of
Oh my gosh.
Where's all your money gone, Daddy?
Taxes. 9, 10, 11. Let me fix my houses.
Bug, it's okay. It's part of the game.
No, it's not.
It
It's not
is.
fun.
It's not fun to what?
It's the worst part of the game.
Is what?
Taxes.
Yo, what's up, guys? Hello. Oh, I can't see. All right. How's y'all's Thursday? Hope y'all had a good hump day yesterday. I spent yesterday editing and uploading stuff. If you missed any videos, you should have at least seen 2 uploaded yesterday if you didn't see those live. Fuck. Alright, Walker, mysterious. Yeah, good. There's only one thing that I want to check out today. As far as nope, wrong one. Oh shit. I didn't realize normal music was playing. How long has that been happening? I thought it was still on my... Yikes. That's rough. What played before this? Was it just bullshit? Y'all should have told me. Y'all should have said something. Did that end? Usually, I could have swore. Maybe it was almost over and it just like started playing something else. Yikes. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean for any of that shit to happen. So whatever it played, my bad. I probably played these 2 fucking things, funniest sports edits, because I think this is what I played. And it ended. And it just kept playing, and it went, oh, there was 2 songs that we weren't supposed to play on YouTube. That's because what I usually play, because it's like 2 hours long. It's 2 hours long. Fuck. That's annoying. One was Fable, and the other one was Better Noise. Christ. This is just my liked playlist. Not all of it is music here. So y'all probably heard some weird shit and some kid crying about taxes. Which is a hilarious video. I think I've posted in the Discord before. Okay, I gotta... damn. I wish you would have said something. Should have let me know. We don't play other music outside of like that audio that I usually have. Okay. That's kind of annoying. I hate it. I'll have to fucking private this stream afterward. That's what's gonna have to happen. At least for Better Noise music from Ashes to New. Not so much Fable. Desiree, what's good? How are you? I haven't seen you in forever. Hi. Alright. I hope everything's going good. Did you ever get that neighbor situation straightened out? Oh shit. So are you keeping them? I guess you have cats now? Let me check. Just okay. And what is So I guess the question is, are you keeping them? What are we watching today, dudes? Because if y'all don't put anything, I know what I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch this shit on the JFK files. It's long, but I haven't caught up with the JFK files yet, and I know that it will confirm a lot of my thoughts. Pretty much. I fucking cold, hot, it's all fucked. Yeah, going off the JFK. What do you have, Desiree? Because this is like an hour and some change. I mean, we can do some of the stuff that we never got to in previous ones. So, 20 minutes of red flags, green flags. Chat music. It's always fun. There was a try not to laugh I had on here that we hadn't watched, but I think I took it off accidentally, and now I can't find it, and I'm mad about it. No, I don't have to scroll this far up. That it's. No, I think we watched everything up here. Yeah, we have. What is it, Desiree? There was one thing I wanted to check out for Army Times related shit, like we usually do, but that can fucking wait until tomorrow. I feel. So I'll save that one. We'll pull this one up for right now until y'all request something. And if y'all don't, I am gonna do that JFK video because I really want to watch it.
I've had my husband blocked.
Oh no. Why not red flag? Why not red flag, green flag? I don't know what that means, but this is just. We've seen this dude's videos before, and usually we've watched like all the red flag videos, but there's like green flag shit in here as well, which is fine. A little bit of both, a little bit of variety. It's not all jackasses, but I think the first one is jackass, I guess. I've had my husband blocked on TikTok for years because I don't know, man. So I don't have. I think I'm at the point now, man, where if you ask me about TikTok, hey, what's your Instagram? What's your TikTok? I'm not fucking with you. You know how much I don't give a fuck about TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all that shit? Bro, guess. Take a big fat fucking guess. How much I don't give a fuck about it. And I just like, at this point, asking me about social media to me these days to me is the equivalent of asking me what my sign is. Bitch, get the fuck away from me with that sign bullshit. I don't care. It's so stupid. I think you're stupid. Really? Keep looking at the sky, bitch. Playing your dumbass games.
On TikTok for years.
Hold on. I gotta turn this up. Don't ask me about social media. I ain't fucking got it. Don't ask me what my sign is. I don't give a shit. Ask me what I want to eat. That's it. Don't even care about sleeping with you. Just ask me what I want to fucking eat. That's it. Don't ask me shit else. Stupid ass shit. Dumbass things that just people care about. I'm just like, can we give a fuck about other stuff now? Maybe? At least like, when Jeff Foxworthy, no, like fucking Scorpio and Libra and fucking Virgo and all that dumb gay bullshit. It's stupid. Don't ask me about it. That's an automatic red flag. Get the fuck out of my face. Oh, and if you ask me about Instagram, I don't have it, man. I feel like there's some girls that are so high maintenance that if you don't have Instagram, they won't fuck with you. Thank God. I'm so glad. I hope that you girls actually exist that have that sentiment, because that's one less dumbass.
Because like I've said before, my activity on the internet is none of his business.
What?
You shouldn't be. Well, you know, okay, that's fine. Y'all are gonna be divorced in like 5 years. Have fun with that.
But recently I was feeling kind, so I unblocked him. And at first his intrusion into my internet life started slow.
Why do you need an internet life when you're married? That's one thing that I don't like about social media. That's one thing that I've never liked about social media. That's why I don't even have it anymore, man. Is because, you know, back in the day there was no social media, and the husband and the wife, they just, you know, they just did husband and wife shit. They just existed as husband and wife. And now internet, and you're having to hide your profiles from your fucking significant others. How is that fun? How is that a good relationship? I don't even understand. Y'all are married. Y'all don't need social media anymore. I thought that was the whole fucking point of social media, for young people, and then again for young people to meet, hang out, possibly sleep together. I don't know, man, go to parties. But when you get married, what do you even need that shit anymore for? Maybe family, right? But if it's family, what's the point? What's the big deal? Why can't they look, right? Because you're doing fuck shit. You're doing host shit. You're doing horse shit is what you're doing. And you don't want him in there. You probably post a lot of racy shit and you get a whole bunch of comments from thirsty dudes that validate you, right? And then you don't want your husband seeing that because he's going to get mad. How is that like, you're weird, and he's weird for sticking with you.
It was him liking my videos. It was him sending me things. It was fine. I didn't love it, but it was fine.
Oh, my snobby sister in Christ!
We were chatting this morning, and he just casually looks at me and he goes, I see you followed somebody named Girthmaster.
Please don't explain who that is. My ears are pure.
None of his business. And I didn't know what to say, so I just got red in the face and was like, I fumbled.
Yeah, how dare you mention Girthmaster, dude. Oh, and don't even think about bringing up Thicky Longstocking.
This is my private space. This is my private internet. I am horrified. Why did he even know that?
Oh, you're making me irritable. I'm feeling crabby.
So he's about to get blocked. Real quick. Not Girthmaster. Love you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend you're a
You're a whore. That's it. Right there. She's a hoeback.
person who doesn't exist. So...
What does it say? When you marry, that last girl was awful, bro. You need to divorce that one. That one, maybe get one without social media. It's gonna be hard to find because, people are addicted to it, and I feel like, well, no, I feel like everyone's addicted to it. Really, I don't really feel like it's just a female thing. People are addicted to it. Get the fuck off it. When you marry an independent woman, what are you doing? Are you're sweeping the driveway of all the snow? Plowing snow?
What are you doing?
And greetings!
I'm still on the driveway. Why? Because it's snowing?
I was gonna do that.
Remove yourself from me, please.
I'm using it. No. You don't do that. I take care
Yeah.
I've been doing this my whole life. It doesn't matter. I take care of you now. You're not allowed.
Oh, you chilly little cherub! You little snowplow sweetie pie! You little Zambroni jabroni!
I am allowed. I can do cute. Be out here and bolt. I can do whatever I want to do.
It's a cutie patootie conflict!
You get inside, I get you some hot chocolate.
Yeah, dude, like I'm the same way. I'm the same way. Dude, I'll cut the grass, I'll take out the trash, I'll sweep the fucking driveway, I'll clean the fucking gutters. All that hands-on bullshit that it really is gonna piss me off at one point or another, because that's just what happens with dudes. We got it. Don't worry about it. Go back inside. Yeah. Bring me some hot chocolate. It'll be fine.
You're not taking. No. Ethan?
Okay, just use your words to bring her inside. You have too much faith in your balance.
You're not allowed. Because I'm a girl? No, because I take care of you now. I take care of myself.
It's an adorable quarrel. That was fun. I'm gonna try this with my girlfriend. Hang on. Hey, cutie, I'm gonna do the grout work in the bathroom this weekend, not you.
Dude, however, I have been with girls that they just would not allow me to do anything. And what do I mean by that? Like, well, I would attempt to do the laundry, and she'd be like, "You know what? I got it." I'm like, "But I'm fine. It's fine. I'll do it." And she's like, "I have a particular way." She basically she didn't want me touching her clothes. Is what it was. She didn't trust me. She's like, I just, you might know how to do it, and that's fine, sweetie, but like, I don't trust you with my stuff. I was like, that's fair. Okay, sure, do it. And she would do it. She wouldn't let me fuck with it. And what else was it? Same thing with, I would do dishes and shit, but like with cleaning the bedroom, she would not allow me to do any kind of rearranging in the bedroom or the closet or the bathroom. She just would not. She had a particular fucking way, and if I touched anything or moved anything, it was a problem. And I was like, you know what? You got it. Clean it. You do it. You put it away. You do all the shit. Fine, whatever. Not gonna argue here.
Hang up on me.
There's some big threat out there.
There's no use fighting.
You are gonna help me stop it.
Buck, you have the wrong
I
people.
could give him a fuck less. Making an empty what?
Give us a...
What did this say? Making an empty sandwich for my husband?
Give us a silly goose time, guy. And that's how it's done, folks.
Should've just gave me the meat, bro. Fuck the bread.
Hey, can I show you this new dance I learned?
Oh no. Recreating JoJo Siwa's. That's that weird girl that looks like a mini version of one of the members from Kiss, right? I think. Isn't that weird chick? JoJo Siwa's tampon ejection in her recent music video. What? I'm so glad I don't know about that. That's awful. That was in a music video? Shown to people? It's like a tampon ejection? That's crazy. We've come a long way since Janet Jackson showed us her tits at the Super Bowl. Holy shit.
Hey, can I show you this new dance I learned?
Oh, she's playtexing around over here.
Oh, drop it, girl, drop it. Oh my god, dude!
What? What is it? What did I do?
Look at the floor!
You didn't see that. That's not.
I didn't see anything, baby. Do you need me to plug it?
Oh, precious
Oh my god.
Jesus.
If it was your tail,
What do you mean, do you need me to plug it? Bro, I think she's got it. She's been doing it her whole life. Oh my, what even was that question? I've never asked that before. Do you need me to do it for you? No. I appreciate the effort, but if you don't get the fuck away from her.
What? What is it? What did I do?
Look at the floor!
You didn't see that. That's not.
I didn't see anything, baby. Do you need me to plug it?
Oh, precious Jesus.
If it was your tampon, you don't have to be embarrassed.
No, I promise.
Where were you born? Inside an oven?
Yeah, it's not a
You're
big deal.
Sweetie pie. Get honey roasted, brother!
Enjoy.
I mean, there was no blood on it. That should have been the first sign, but like in the moment, he's like, holy shit, you dropped some. Telling my husband I don't want the food I asked for to get his... Don't play games like this with me, ladies. Because I will snatch that food right the fuck away from you. and I will walk back to the car and I'll eat it myself. Do not play these games with me, ladies. Don't do it. Don't do it. I won't even get mad. I won't even yell at you. I'll just snatch the food out of your hands and I'll go eat it myself. Don't fuck around, because I can always eat. But you can always fuck off. Like, don't fuck with me like this.
What? Go ahead, say it.
Oh, you're in fake trouble, ma'am. Every dad poses like this when they mean silly business, okay?
I'm actually craving Taco Bell.
I figured you'd freaking say that.
Dude, if you
No
pull
way.
out a Taco Bell bag,
No way.
I'm giggling and kicking my feet.
No way.
Taco Bell?
I called your bluff, bitch. You thought you were sneaky. I'm sneakier. That's fantastic.
Prepared.
I'm gonna giggle and kick my feet, guy!
Oh.
Don't ever say I don't love you.
Yeah. You fucking with me. I got answers for everything. I put sesame oil in my boyfriend's food when he's allergic because he threw away my rose toy. So he threw away your rose toy and you decided to engage in attempted murder. What do you mean? If I found out that you put something in my food that you knew I was allergic to, ladies, is that fighting words? I'm trying to figure it out because I'm not too sure if I should wait to hit you until I'm feeling better after going into anaphylactic shock, or if I should hit you right now. Is that worthy of a... Because, I mean, a motherfucker could die, right? So I feel that I should get a freebie, like one of these real quick. Bitch, are you serious? Nah, I don't know.
Here, what'd you put in it?
Sesame oil.
Okay, open sesame.
Thank God.
You're joking. You're joking. You did not put sesame oil in this.
You threw away my rose toy.
Oh, my spooky sister in Christ! Every rose has its thorn.
I did not throw away your rose toy.
You threw away my rose toy.
Prove it. You can't prove anything. I didn't
It
throw
was
away
in
your
the
rose
trash.
toy.
It was in the trash.
You must have put it there. I don't know how it got there. Did you actually put sesame in this?
You threw away my rose toy.
Care about something else?
I need an EpiPen.
I mean, dude. This is creepy. This is like, this girl's a serial killer. Listen to the entire interaction, bro. He's like, "Joe, are you serious? Like, I'm allergic to this. I think you're the one that threw it away, to be honest." And she's like, "You threw away my rose toy. You threw away my rose toy. You threw away my rose toy. You threw away my rose toy." Like, oh my God. Dumper? No, I feel like I gotta hit her first, bro. Like, I can take a lot of shit, man. I've been slapped before, did nothing. I've been hit before, did nothing, right? But there's just something about attempted murder that just really gets my pimp pan just like fucking shaking. It's just shaking. Like, I don't know what else.
I don't have any EpiPens.
You threw away my rose toy.
You Toys R Us Diamond member!
Dude, you're kidding. I had an EpiPen like a long time ago. I don't know where the...
Maybe I took it.
I am angrier than a beaver in a pond full of printer paper.
I can feel my throat closing up.
You threw away my rose toy.
I'm skipping with so much fervor!
The rose toy. Who gives a shit? You don't need it anyway.
What do you mean I don't need it? I need it!
What you need is a tranquilizer in the butt cheek. They need to treat you like a rabid snow leopard.
Why are you not text me back? Why you scare me?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, so okay, so I really was hoping to see like a conclusion of that last clip. I really wanted to see more. But she's got to be fantastic in bed. That's got to be the only. Like, there's no other. Man, like I can't think of. Nah. I can't think of it. Telling my husband our last baby is actually going to be our Wait, hold on. Telling my husband our last baby is actually going to be our last. Are you lying? Are you telling him that you're having triplets? I don't understand. Or maybe I'm just dumb.
I need to treat you like a rabid snow leopard.
Why are you not texting me back? Why you scare me? Like something's wrong.
Nothing's wrong.
Hello. Sorry to interrupt. My folks called for me. Carry on.
You're kidding.
How many do you count there?
You're kidding, bro.
I am more nervous than a fire hydrant on a street full of shih tzu.
Triplets?
How many?
Yeah, right.
No, I need to know how many you count.
Okay. I'm stitching the quilt before I've cut the fabric.
What are you saying here?
There's 3.
Triplets?
Make good choices, guy.
Do you want to see the video?
He might not get to make good choices. He might pass the fuck out. I would. I'm out, bro. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm on the ground.
Oh my God.
You're making good choices, guy.
We're gonna be okay.
There's 3 babies in there.
Yeah, dude. She's thinking what I'm thinking. There's 3 fucking babies in there. I mean, she's probably thinking just for her vagina's sake, but I'm thinking for like financial reasons. That's 3 for the price of Juan. Oh no, I'd be upset. I'd be slightly upset. Just like, I mean, you gotta be happy you're having a child, but like, I wish you could have a say in like, you know, how many you actually get, because like, it really is luck of the draw, I suppose.
Corey.
I told you I had super stuff.
What the fuck?
You've got Olympic swimmers, fella. Okay, that was inappropriate. I'm sorry.
I can't.
Yes, you can. And we are going to.
You're so reassuring, I'd feel safe getting a paper cut in a Shark Tank. Get honey roasted!
Let's make a burr basket.
Yeah, dude, that lady's gonna have to, I mean, you're gonna have to go to a C-section. There's just, I believe, man, you ever want to have sex again? I think. Because, no, it's probably more violent down there than just one, but the way they do things now, it'd be fine, but still, bro, that's like, yeah, that's crazy. Wait, what? Make a burr basket for my 15-year-old son's girlfriend? What the fuck is a burr basket? No, I wouldn't even want twins. Or I don't even want one. It's crazy, isn't it?
For my son's girlfriend, and I'm not going to post this till after she gets it.
Oh, very thoughtful. I'm in. What is a burr basket?
Exactly.
All right, first we're going to do a Stanley. We're going to do this warm sugar vanilla lotion.
All right, it's a basket full of gifts and treats to spread warmth and love during the cold winter months.
Oh, isn't that just like a gift basket then, I suppose? But it's only during the winter months?
All right, it's a basket full of gifts and treats to spread warmth and love during the cold winter
Oh, okay, so like burr as in cold. Got it. All right, I understand.
months. Oh.
And the one thing I got her...
Oh, and you're sending this to your son's girlfriend? You're a really nice mom, I suppose. My mother could have given a rat's fuck who my girlfriends were because she knew that they weren't going to last all that long. So... You're a good mom, I guess. You're nice, I suppose. I'm sure she'll really like this.
I got this on Friday, Black Friday. We're going to do a little Apple Watch right here.
An apple, Mary Magdalene.
And then we're going to stick in the AirPods, because I also know her AirPods. She lost her case, so we're going to give her those.
Oh my God, what are you going to get her?
I think that they've been dating since like grade school. Because there's no fucking way. My mom wouldn't even give me AirPods. Well, they didn't exist when I was younger, but you know what I mean? She wasn't buying me any of this shit, let alone my girlfriend.
For Christmas, a cathedral?
And then we're going to go in with some Sol de Janeiro, and then some Laneige Tree Hut Scrub. Summer Fridays lip gloss, some more Laneige.
I don't know what those words are, but they sound fancy.
Eye masks, just to make sure she gets enough.
There are more gifts than times my loving parents ever looked at me.
Dog, I would have been fine with like a couple boxes of chocolate and like a box of Chewies or something. I don't know. Like, that's insane.
You have enough.
And then we'll throw in a candy cane with some Hershey Kisses. And then just to top it off, we'll just stick a 20 in right there.
You're so generous, you write letters just so pigeons can work again. Carrier pigeon joke!
What
Get honey roasted!
Fuck. That is insane.
Suspect is lactose intolerant, eats dairy all day, and himself all night.
Wait, what? Oh.
Is lactose intolerant.
Doing the suspect trend? I don't know what this is. Is this a TikTok thing? It's a TikTok thing, isn't it?
Eats dairy all day and himself all night.
Suspect looks like Uncle Fester.
Come on, let's go cutie patootie mode.
Suspect can't leave the house without 10 pounds of makeup.
Facts.
I don't even have makeup on.
You don't?
You have makeup on right now, I can tell. What do you mean?
I don't even have makeup on.
You don't?
Sir.
Oh, don't lie, we can
his hair faster than he runs.
Suspect is always tired when her husband wants to get some.
I am tired.
Okay, dude, I get this trend now, and I like it. Okay, this would be a fun. This would be a fun thing to do with your partner. Just try not to be too vicious. At least you fellas. You fellas. Sometimes y'all. We can be a little bit too mean, but I don't know. Sometimes ladies hit hard.
Tired every night.
Suspect is about to become a suspect.
Suspect looks like he doesn't refill the toilet paper when he runs out. I do.
You never do.
Do I need to go get a yellow notepad and a couch and a cardigan?
I know that ladies hate this, but I'm the type to where I don't put the toilet. I do, but if I had it my way, I would always leave the toilet paper on top, on the back end of the toilet. You know, like you can take the thing off the toilet and like look in it or whatever. I leave it on the top. I would if I had it my way, but I have a niece. I live with a girl, right? And it's a thing. But I know a lot of ladies probably fucking hate that. Anytime I would live by myself, I would never put the toilet paper on the little toilet roll thing right by the toilet. I would put it on the back of the toilet. Like, kind of like they have it at hotels. To be honest, that's the way they have it at hotels. They have all the shit on the back of the toilet or whatever. But I don't know. It doesn't matter either way to me. If it's on the back of the toilet, if it's next to the... I don't give a fuck where the toilet paper is, bro, as long as there's toilet paper. Some people get really particular, but nah.
I feel like I need to get paid for watching this.
Suspect uses girl math to empty our bank account to go shopping.
I'm on the clock! And how does that make you feel, Uncle Fester?
Suspect wears the same sweatpants and sweatshirt to bed every night. That's why her husband doesn't get any.
Oh, that's not why you don't get any. So...
Suspect looks like he doesn't finish any projects. Look at this backyard, for example.
The game's over.
Ma'am, settle these things in private. God, I feel like we're watching the dinner party episode of The Office.
I've just given birth and you expect me to stand up and clean up for hours on end.
Damn. Like, how long ago was the birth?
Of The Office.
I've just given...
I'm pretty sure it was like recent. Yeah, bro, you should help out. My husband expects me to clean up after giving birth. I mean, I need context here. How long ago did you give birth? Was it like 4 weeks ago? Or was it, I don't know, 6 months ago? I don't know. My parents never had this problem. My mom just popped out a kid and went back to doing what she was doing. I don't really think there was even any downtime for her, man. Matter of fact, I think she gave birth and like that month she built a deck and an extension to the house in the backyard. It was crazy. Almost like she never even went to the hospital. But I don't know. This is just... Are y'all really gonna... Are y'all both really gonna stand here and stare at a plate? Oh my god, I'm just gonna take it. Fuck it, man. I got shit to do. I'm not gonna sit here and argue about a fucking plate.
Given birth and you expect me to stand up and clean up for hours on end.
Here's Johnny.
When we first got together, you told me that you enjoyed cleaning and loved all that sort of stuff.
A kid just came out of her crotch. I think that takes the fun out of it.
Well, maybe instead of standing eating cake, maybe you should start cleaning up. You've done nothing.
Yes, but you're better at it, aren't you?
You're riding my last nerve like it's Seabiscuit. What is this, the Kentucky Nervy?
I've been looking after the baby all day. She's been crying all day. Just managed to put her to sleep. Just managed to put her to sleep to have my first meal.
Yeah, bro, you really should help around the house if shit... It really does sound like she just gave birth recently. And for women, that shit's rough. bro. I wouldn't know personally, but that's just rough, man. That's like, it's almost like having surgery. Haven't you ever had surgery before? And like the entire next week or the next 2 weeks or the next 3 weeks after surgery, you're just like, I don't feel like doing a goddamn thing. Well, ladies push another fucking human out of a hole that's not supposed to be that big oftentimes, right? So, yeah, that's like breaking open and shit. Like, maybe it's hard to walk. Maybe it's hard to get around. Maybe you'll be sore for a couple of months. Help, bruh. And what's really killing me about all of this is that I still, for the life of me, cannot figure the fuck out what is on that plate. What is that? I see the bag of chips. Quite possibly some salt and vinegar. No, that's a green bag. That's like, that's dill pickle maybe. Who knows? But I don't know what the fuck is on that plate. It's killing me. Anyways.
The day.
If you gaslight, you better expect a fire.
You're sitting on your ass as well, so like, it's not just me.
Oh,
Wow.
Lord.
Okay, I've turned myself into a straitjacket. I'm mentally checking out.
All I'm asking is for you to take a few mugs out, a bit of hoovering, a bit of cleaning, you know, TV's looking a bit dusty.
Speaking of TVs, has anybody seen 1,000-Pound Sisters? It's a good show.
I'm going to the pub in a minute. When I'm back from the pub, we'll reevaluate, see what he's doing. I'll make you a list together.
You know who else is making a list right now?
Bro, this guy is wild. He's like, do a little bit. Man, they're good lord. He's like, I'm gonna go to the bar. When I come back, I'll make you a list. You can knock all this shit out. Hopefully, a couple hours of me gone, you'll get some rest. Like, oh my god, Jesus.
Santa! You're getting a clump of Kingsford this year, pal!
You can chill out as well. Then when I come back, we'll sort out what you need to clean.
Not a chance.
Oh,
There's no
while you're at
way.
the pub, could you get a, grip? Enjoy!
That's
Enjoy!
Book on dollar.com to get our lowest rates.
Why are you in my house?
Why are we even watching?
Proud of me, I got gas before it turned to E.
Hold on. Telling my mechanic boyfriend I got diesel gas in my Toyota. That's. Oh. Two things is gonna happen. He's either gonna be really understanding and laugh about it, or he's gonna get really, really angry with you. And either way, I feel like he's still in the right because, come on, girl. Ain't no way.
It was over $100 though.
Hello! I brought both flags today, because he could either be calm and loving here, or snap the temper.
I saw a daughter do this to her dad. He had a big truck or something like that, and she's like, Dad, for some reason gas was more expensive. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, the other two weren't working, so I used the green handle. And he's like, you did what? Yeah, the green, and it cost so much more. I don't know why. He's like, you put what? The what? Like, oh my god.
Temporal vein in his head like a glow stick.
No, buddy.
Yeah, I got the fancy diesel one. Premium.
I am more nervous than a narwhal operating a hot air balloon.
You put diesel in this car?
Well, you said I use good oil, so I should use good gas, right?
You put diesel fuel in this car.
Oh, I think I'm having hot flashes. Hey, Mom, do they still have those blood pressure
His
kiosks at the
reaction
mall?
is gold.
This is not a diesel engine. This is a gasoline engine.
Okay.
No, it's not okay. This thing's not gonna run.
Oh, he's calm and kind. Thank you, God. Thank you, planet. Thank you, Betty White, for some reason.
It's fine. It's just gas.
No, it
No,
isn't. It's not just
it
gas.
fucks
Those
up.
are two different fuels.
It fucks up your
They
whole
run on
car.
two different engines.
Yeah.
I have an engine.
Oh, man, please stop.
I was right. I was right. He's either gonna be really understanding, and he's gonna laugh at her, or he's gonna get really fucking mad, bro. And I don't blame anyone for getting really fucking mad, dog, because like you have to know this. You have to know this stuff. You learn this. You learn this at a very early age. You learn this when you first get your learner's permit. When you're in the car with your mom or your dad, you go to the gas station, they show you how to do all the shit, and they say, hey, listen, little jackass, you see this one right here? We use this one. You see that one over there? We don't use that one, right? So like, Oh man. She's kidding though, so.
Give this cutie cardiovascular complications.
You have a diesel engine and then you have a gasoline engine. Okay? Are you fucking with me right now? Get out of here.
So calm, you could tell me everything's fine during Armageddon and I'd believe you. Get honey roasted! You're so sweet you could put a smile on a statue. Get honey roasted!
Today, my boyfriend requested chocolate-covered pretzels as a snack, but only with spooky sprinkles.
Oh God, all right, I'm here. What did he do?
We only had rainbow sprinkles, so I had to sort the purple,
Wait. What?
white, and orange ones out from the mix.
What an F!
Hold on.
Boyfriend requested chocolate-covered pretzels as a snack, but only with spooky sprinkles.
Oh God, all right, I'm here.
Only with spooky sprinkles?
What did he do?
We only had rainbow sprinkles, so I had to sort the purple, white, and orange ones out from the mix.
What an effort, my sister!
So purple, white, and what? Is this like supposed to be a Halloween themed? Bro, that's like... That's a lot of work. I feel like this is a red flag on the red flag on the dude, man. I want chocolate covered pretzels, but I only want a certain type of sprinkle. Man, that sounds like some shit my niece would say. Or like ask me for. Like, I try to feed her rice and beans all the time, but every single time I try to feed it to her, I have to go in individually and I have to remove all the beans because she refuses to eat beans. She'll eat all the rice, but she won't eat the beans, but you make the rice and the beans at the same fucking time together, so it's just like I have to go in there individually and pick out like 37 to 40 fucking beans. I'll do that for my niece, but I don't know if I'd be willing to do that for my girlfriend, man. Like, man, girl, just buy some normal rice without beans. Why do I gotta fucking, like, that's a lot of work. You're a good girlfriend, I guess.
Chocolate-covered pretzels as a snack, but only with spooky sprinkles.
Oh God, all right, I'm here. What did he do?
We only had rainbow sprinkles, so I had to sort the purple, white, and orange ones out from the mix.
What an effort, my sister in Christ!
Right?
Do you need a scrub nurse for your sugar surgery?
I was going to make a second one for myself, but we ran out of chocolate, and I didn't want to keep Zach waiting. They're just pretzels for me.
I am more overwhelmed than a moth in a terrace full of tiki torches.
I let the web harden for about 10 minutes before carefully removing it from the...
Oh yeah, it's a Halloween-themed pretzel, and... Yo, that looks pretty good. That looks fire. But in my head, I'm just like, you only made one? That looks so good, I'd be willing to eat 4 of them. I think I'm disappointed with the fact that she only made one.
The tray. Zach is very particular with his plating, so I made sure the web was perfectly centered on the plate.
Yo, your boyfriend's like hella high maintenance, I feel. That's crazy. Like, you did all this and that's cool. That's good, man. But like, oh, I gotta have my pretzels and I gotta have it with certain sprinkles and I gotta have it on a particular plate and you gotta bring it to me. And it's just like, I ain't asking you to do all that, man. Like, usually the way it's been just like, hey, food's in the kitchen. Nice, thanks. I'll be there in a minute. I'll go get it. All right. That's just...
Oh, good. Maybe you could DoorDash it to him in his little Tykes car.
I brought you your chocolate-covered pretzel.
Thanks. It's not really chocolate covered.
And we are live!
I don't know why there's purple. There's no purple in Halloween. It's black.
It's like...
Okay, as someone who was born on Halloween, there is definitely purple in Halloween, you harlot!
Purple, orange...
No, it's black.
Oh.
Look at a skeleton. Black.
Okay.
Have you never seen a witch? Purple and black and red and yeah, I kind of knew it. This guy's a douchebag. Yeah, take it from him and eat it. You ungrateful bastard. You could have done all this shit your fucking self. That's something I'll never do. I'll never ask for something and be like, oh my God, that's not how I wanted it. Only children do that.
Okay, I brought my Halloween decoration with me. My girlfriend named him Nicholas Ribcage. Nicholas, can you tell us what color you are? White. He's Caucasian!
Hello, Ava.
Speaking in my boyfriend's name, next time you see him say, hey, Mary John, it means, hey, my love, in his language. Okay, all right.
No,
are you?
Hello, green flag.
Oh, hold on.
Hello, Ava. Hey, Mary John, how are you?
Hello, green flag guy here. Apparently, Mary John directly means my life, but it's mostly used as a term of endearment for a loved one, so it also means my love.
She said Mary John. What did you say?
Oh, you're the biggest cutie who's ever patootied.
Mary John?
Yeah.
Where you learn that from? Where'd you get that?
What are you, a cockatoo?
So you gonna answer?
Oh. He's so impressed, bro. He's with a white girl. And she hit him with the native tongue. And he's like, oh, my pee-pee just got hard.
The question.
I'm good, Mary John.
Well,
breathe, my boy, breathe, breathe.
If you three don't cut this sweetie pie stuff out, you're gonna make me giggle and kick my feet like a little schoolgirl.
Tum kaisi ho? I said, how are you?
Yeah, she don't know, bro.
Don't giggle.
Like, that's all she knew. She hit you with her only thing she knew.
Kick your feet, dude. We're in a public park.
Come on, you gotta learn more, Ava.
I'm looking
That's
through.
a plus point. What of my life? I'll call my mom right now.
You're gonna call your mom?
I'm looking through it, okay? I got a book.
Ooh, shit.
You guys are so sweet. You
Bro, the best friend is like the best hype man ever.
put sunscreen on your plants. Get honey roasted! Grab your boohoo bibs.
You're pregnant?
Oh, that was not my
Real
reaction
men
at all.
cry, dudes! I'm in a fit of weep!
I'm not gonna lie, bro. one of my reactions one time was like, why? How? And that was it. And then it went cute afterwards, but it was like, it was a lot of disbelief and just like, what, why? What, por qué? And then I went back to normal, but it was just like that initial, that was not me.
Wait! No! Wait!
She's more serious than a rooster sleeping through sunrise, pal! Ah! God,
They must have been
scared the
trying for a
soil out of
while.
me.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah, after 10 years.
I need more of my drip
Yeah.
drapes.
No way!
Yeah, that's what that is.
I started recording my date as soon.
That's why my reaction was a little bit different than that. Some of these people had been trying for a long time. I get that. Yeah. But see, at the time, your boy wasn't trying at all. And neither was she. And we're also using birth control. And she got pregnant. And I was just like, why? How? No, we gotta call the company. There was a mistake. No, this can't be. So after it set in though, I was happy about it, so it's good.
As soon as I noticed some red flag.
You started recording as soon as you sat down for your date. You're the red flag. What are you recording for?
I started recording my date as
Red flag right there. Bye.
soon as I noticed some red flag. And right before our sushi came, he pulled these out. He told me they were chopsticks with a Star Wars reference.
That's awesome.
It was super
Yes.
weird, and he even brought some for me, but I said no.
No,
So
what
the
do
other day I was watching TV.
I will take your spot, girl, and I will eat with your boyfriend. We'll have a good time. We'll talk about Star Wars. He probably knows more than I do, but like, you got to be out of your fucking mind to think that
Chopsticks with a Star
those are some cool ass chopsticks, and they look like lightsabers. You don't deserve this man, girl. Really.
Wars reference. It was super weird and
That looks like some good sushi too. Hold
Star
on.
Wars reference.
Bro, that looks like some good sushi. Yeah, my man, you need. I don't know where you met this girl, but you need to go to different places. Maybe try. I think Comic-Con would be the place for you. You can find a really nice girl for you at Comic-Con. Should just fit.
It was super weird, and he even brought some for me, but I said no.
You know, you could have looked at it as the fact that he brought his own chopsticks instead of using the establishment's chopsticks, because you can never... How much can you really trust an establishment's silverware when they're the ones that provide the silverware? You know what I'm talking about? So you probably could have looked at it that way. Or you probably could have looked at it like, he's a nerd, not really my thing, but I'll eat, we'll have a good time, and then I'll tell him that it's not from me, and then we'll go our separate ways. But no, you had to be a little bitch and record it. And he's probably a nice dude.
So the other day I was watching TV and I noticed this orange goldish glow coming from my window. And I was like, this is way too bright for it to be the sun. Like, what is that? So I got up and looked out of the window and I noticed that the glow was ground level. It was about a mile away and I couldn't see where it was coming from. And I was actually alarmed by this. So I actually got in my...
You know, I saw a video one time of two husbands. It was snowing outside. And it was these two husbands. I think one lived across the street from the other. And they met in the middle of the street with lightsabers in the middle of the snow and just started going at it. I thought it was the best shit ever. I thought it was hilarious. And I was like, yeah. That's what we do. That's how it goes. You don't even really have to like Star Wars just to get out there and swing a fucking lightsaber. You're literally swinging a lightsaber at another person. Just having fun. You're never too old to have fun with a lightsaber. You're just not. So...
my car and started driving towards the beam of light because it was just way too bright. It was almost unbearable. I was like, is this how Christ comes back? Like at my Valero gas station? But I kept going because I had to know. So I got down the road, I turned the corner, and as I turned, I noticed that the man in this video was glowing. It was his aura. Are you kidding me, sister? Those chopsticks are the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. He is a sweetie pie. This is for you, fella! And this is for you, madam!
Men sweat more, and sweat can irritate your skin.
Falling asleep in the shower to see how my boyfriend reacts. Yo, this is not a prank. I've actually done this before. Just straight up, I sat down and just, I'm just gonna catch 10 minutes. 10 minutes, right? And just gone. And then, yeah. When I was married, she walked in, she's like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, what? Huh? Oh, nothing. I fell asleep. She's like, are you sure you didn't have a seizure and pass out? I'm like, no, I sat down on my own. I wanted to take a little cat nap before we left. It's early as fuck, girl. She's like, well, hurry up. I got a shower too. I was like, get in. She's like, no, you're laying there like a fucking corpse. I was like, okay.
What are you doing?
Damn, boyfriend. Jesus Christ. What a... almost fucked yourself up trying to check on your girlfriend.
What are you doing?
2-for-1 special,
Yeah.
you click!
What are you doing? Are you okay?
I'm asleep.
Asleep?
He's so caring, he's punting porcelain! Ma'am, you better buy him flowers for this!
Yeah, that's not the reaction I got. Look at him. He's like, are you okay, sweetie? Nah, my girl was just like, get the fuck up. I gotta get in there. My bad.
Feeling poorly? Do you want me to call you? No, seriously, speak. Because I'm scared.
It's not that I passed out in the shower. It's just that, like, I woke up, right? I used to do this a lot when I was younger. When my mom would wake me up for school. I would wake up, and the first thing I would do when I would wake up is I would take a shower, right? So I'd get in the shower, and I would sit down, and I would just sit, I would sit under the water like this. And then I would just pass the fuck out like this. So many times my mom would come in there and be like, hey, you got fucking school. Get up. Clean yourself. Yeah. So that's... uh-huh.
Oh, he's tender in turmoil. Madam, this isn't even a prank. It's a ploy.
Let's go to the doctors or hospital. We're going to A&E. No one sleeps in the shower.
Hey, actually, some people do fall asleep in the shower. Quick story, this is 100% true, and my mom will absolutely comment on Instagram. So when I was 11, I think, my family and I went to my favorite Italian restaurant, and I brought back home an entire loaf of their appetizer bread and olive oil sauce. When we got home, I thought to myself, I could just bring this with me in the shower tonight, and I could use the little soap bar cubby hole as like a little dipping station. So after eating a massive bowl of bow tie Alfredo sauce that night, I ate an entire loaf of bread in the shower.
And then
I fell asleep. About an hour later, my panicked mother barged into the bathroom and was like, I thought something was wrong. Why are you sleeping in the shower? And I held up my bread bag and I was like, carbs.
Yeah.
And then she proceeded to laugh at me.
You fucker went into a food coma in the shower. You better be glad you weren't, like, I don't know, taking a bath. That's how a motherfucker drowns. Oh, that's so bad to hear about Michael. What happened? Drown in the tub eating fucking sourdough. Can you believe it? Like, holy shit. Oh my god.
Hysterically for the next 22 years. Anyway, that wasn't the only time that I accidentally did that, and it became a issue there for a while.
Yeah.
But you know what? I didn't do it to terrorize my loved ones, Angie.
That is true.
I did it because I love hot water and sour bread.
Alexis!
What is this? Made my roommate download Hinge and Screenplay, and we caught my boyfriend on Hinge as he's sitting next to me. What? Oh.
Most spontaneous thing I've done downloading this app.
I am angrier than a hungry tick stuck on a scarecrow.
24, you just turned 24.
Oh, you're done, buddy. You're done, pal sport. You haven't opened a can of worms. You've unsealed a barrel of bloodhounds. Okay, you are... Wait. Hey, Flag Guy, huh? Watch the follow-up video she posted. And read that caption out loud. Apology accepted.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
You can't.
You caught him cheating, and then he buys you a whole bunch of shit, and you're like, okay, that's cool. I think is what I'm getting from that. Maybe he wasn't cheating, but he did have a dating profile, which, if you're in a relationship with someone and you have a dating profile, like, okay, no, I understand if you got the dating profile and then you start seeing someone and then you completely forget about the fucking dating profile and you never open it, but it's still there and it's still, people can still see it even though you're not using it, even though you don't check it. I've done that before, right? I just forgot to delete the whole fucking app. I've had Tinder back in the day. And I just forgot to fucking delete it, got into a relationship. She's like, hey, why do you still have this on your phone? I was like, yeah, that's how I fucking met you, dumbass. Yeah, delete it. So,
Bye. Trust.
Yeah. Girl can be bought with gifts. You can cheat as much as you want, homie. All you gotta do is just open up your credit card a little bit. There you go.
What are you doing? I'm passing away.
Same, dude. I'm single and I don't have a dating profile either. Like at all. I don't even have social media. And social media is what a lot of people use these days to meet and to mingle and to talk and to start relationships and to get to know each other. We no longer live in the era of, people still do it. I mean, people still meet face to face and in person, but a lot of people meet on social media these days. So,
I thought we were making captivating dramatic cinema. I told you yesterday we shouldn't do this because now everyone's gonna think this is your last video. Do you remember that? I don't recall.
Can you explain to me why I just got a ticket for no...
My wife took my commuter car off the insurance policy. Why?
No insurance?
On your vehicle.
Yeah.
I took it off.
Well, that was inconsiderate.
Why?
And illegal. So...
Why did you take the insurance off of the car?
Because it's not one of our high-valued vehicles. We don't care.
God, you've probably had more blue lights behind you than Skrillex.
You don't need it insured.
The law says you do.
No, it doesn't.
Hey!
Yes, it
lose
does.
tooth, madam. You've got a chip on your
Where
shoulder
do
and no
you
queso
think
to
you
dip it
live?
in.
You don't need the insurance on the car if you're not planning on filing a claim if something happens to that car. That's the law.
Who told you this? Jim Dangle from Reno 911?
You need insurance on all the vehicles that you drive.
That yes, you do. I knew a guy one time that had a motorcycle and was paying insurance on his motorcycle, and then he almost got into a motorcycle accident and didn't want to ride his motorcycle anymore for a couple of months. I think it was like a whole year that he didn't ride that motorcycle, so he just left it in the garage, and it didn't do anything. You know what he did? He canceled the insurance, because why pay for something you're not driving? But if you're gonna drive it, you need insurance. Who fucking raised you, woman?
Don't. If you want to get reimbursed, like if something happens to your vehicle or somebody steals it.
I think you're talking about renters. Or like fucking, oh my god, this girl's dumb.
More nervous than a snowman in a sauna.
But why didn't you tell me that we didn't have that vehicle insured?
I didn't think it was important.
You don't do a lot of thinking. Really. At all. That's just...
I was trying to do a good thing and save us money. Our policy went down by not even having it insured.
God, your husband's life needs to be insured. You're gonna accidentally give him a brain hemorrhage.
Don't mess with the insurance. Don't tinker with shit.
Yeah.
So don't try to help you.
No, please don't help me.
Unless we ask for help, don't try to help. It's not the other way around where women just expect us to help. And most of the times, we do. We'll just show up and fucking help you, right? Men, we don't need that. Unless we specifically ask you for help and we specifically need you to do something, or we want you to do something, or we ask you for a favor, do not take any kinds of that kind of initiative, especially if you don't 100% know what you're doing. That's it. Man.
You can't say you prevented a fire when you set off the smoke alarms.
Suspect might be balding at the age of 28.
I mean, dog, it's kind of
Set off the
true.
smoke alarms.
Suspect might be balding at the age of 28.
I mean, that I saw a little spot here.
Say you prevented a fire when you set off the smoke alarms.
Suspect might be...
You see it? I see it right here too. But, ma'am, this is the suspect challenge. Never mind. I was like, yo, you don't have to be a bitch about it. You don't got to point it out. But this is the suspect challenge, so we're here to talk shit. Bet. Let's go.
Be balding at the age of 28.
That's for sure.
Suspect she really lost a hair using infection.
Damn.
Sorry, it's too mean.
It's true.
Oh, he's so
He
nice.
felt bad.
He's so
See?
Italian. He's a pizza pleaser.
Suspect cried when he saw me walking down the aisle.
You said you wouldn't say anything to anybody.
Suspect has never done anything wrong in his entire life.
Suspect she cooked my favorite Italian meal when I am nostalgic.
Oh, it's supposed to be mean.
Just mean?
Yeah.
No cute at the hand.
He's a golden retriever with a gondola paddle. He's a Sapporo sweetie pie.
She use a hair sponge? Oh, freak. Suspect she use my towel for clean hair sponge makeup.
I just want to put a little
Your girl is way better at talking shit than you are, and hey, man, that's okay.
pinwheel hat on your head and give you a lollipop, dude. God.
Suspect still says thing instead of thing.
Hey, that's personal. Y'all ever seen something so adorable that it just makes you aggressive? Like, I just want to twist this dude's cheeks so many times that they become propellers and he takes flight. Is that...
Yeah. There were some good ones in here. There were some bad ones in here. The girl that poisoned her man's food with something he was allergic to, and yes, I'm going to use the word poison because if you were allergic to something, that is poison to you. It can kill you. That was the worst one. That is attempted murder. You threw away my rose toy. 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 Oh my god, what is this? The fucking Conjuring 4? You freaky bitch. If you don't get the fuck out of here, get a little fucking voodoo chants that you keep saying. Oh no. That's like, nah. Did that one really you have to get rid of? Some of these, I don't know, man. Play it by ear. Some of these are cool. Some of these are keepers. Some of these are just, I'd give it another couple months, and if it doesn't improve, then you got to get the fuck out. But that one right there in particular, And I wouldn't even feel bad about it. Can't believe you would put your hands on a woman. She poisoned me. Oh, well, I mean, I don't know what I would have done, but yeah, and anything that you don't know how to do, ask. For example, plenty of times when it's come to either, I don't know, the laundry, fucking dishes, girls that I've dated that were very particular, like if I just didn't know, I'd ask. Like, hey, there's been tons of girls that I'm just like, hey, how would you prefer I do this? Right? Because I'm not about to take initiative and do it wrong, and then you get pissed, and then you're just like, rah, rah, rah. No. Tell me how you want it, and then I will do it that way. That's it. So. Oh, yeah, here it is. The Rose toy video is horrifying. She attempted to kill her boyfriend over a toy. How is she not in prison? That's because women are not subject to the same punishments by the law in this country that men are. That's why. And if she were to get any kind of punishment, maybe like, I don't know, 2 months at a psychiatric facility. That's it, man. Time and time again. Of course she's not in prison. I didn't even think she would be in prison. Why would she? That's why I would prefer to just take those matters into my own hands, quite literally. If you poison me, like for real, because they never get punished for that stuff. But chances are, they might still be together. Who fucking knows? And if they are, that's wild. Like, nah. Yeah, Vince, I seen. Just trying to figure out what we're watching next before we get into that. The boyfriend's reaction to his girlfriend learning his language is so sweet. Yeah, for me, most of the times that I don't know, I speak Spanish and it's funny, dude. Like when it comes to that whole other language thing, that's not really a I mean, it's cute like if you went out of your way to learn Spanish. Here's the thing though. I'm not going to conversate with you in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So like if you went out of your way to learn my language so that you could, I don't know, I feel like you would have just wasted your time. It's cute. I appreciate it. I appreciate the sentiment and the effort, but I'm not going to conversate with you in Spanish. I'm just not. The only people I conversate fully, fluently in Spanish with is, man, my mom. Or like, my aunts and my uncles, because I have some aunts and uncles that, bro, their English is so bad that I just prefer to speak to them in Spanish. So like, as far as that, the whole learning my language wouldn't really go that far with me, because like I appreciate it, but that's not gonna go how you think it's gonna go. We're not gonna use that all the time. Now, like if you want to throw out a couple of one-liners in the bedroom and stuff like that, preach, that's good, but. Oh, you posted one? What is it? Oh, is this a new one, Desiree? We haven't watched a video by this dude in so long. Yeah, it's fairly new from 3 weeks ago. Canceling subscriptions. Canceling subscriptions for me is fucking easy. I no longer go through the actual party. I no longer go through the vendor. I no longer go through the, whether it be Netflix or Amazon or fucking I'm subscribed to Streamlabs. I pay them $15 a month, right? Stuff like that. I don't go through the actual people. You know what I do? I call my bank and I'm like, hey, you see that charge right there? Delete that. Gone completely. Erase it completely. I don't want that taking out any more money, period. And the bank goes, okay, cool. We will do that. If they continue to take out more money, contact us again. We'll retry it. And that's what happens. I no longer go through these people because it's such a pain in the ass and it's so stupid. And they make it to where you can't even cancel. They make it so hard and so fucking just over the top that it's just like, nope, I'm calling my bank. I'm telling them, cancel that shit right now. They do. I go about the rest of my day and it literally takes me, I don't know, less than 10 minutes. Something like that. So it's just, yeah, I don't deal with these people anymore. These people with their retarded cancellation logic can suck my fucking ass. I cancel your bitch ass from the goddamn source. So how do you feel about that, motherfuckers? Yeah, I don't do this subscription bullshit anymore. You're not gonna fuck with me. You're not gonna give me anxiety. You're not gonna give me a headache, and you're not gonna stress me out. No, sir, no way, no how, not to fucking day. Not on my watch, motherfucker. No, no, no. I call the bank. That's it. I recommend y'all do the same thing. Cut out the fucking middleman that is these garbage motherfuckers.
Why is it harder to break up with a website than it is a person? You can subscribe to something in 5 seconds, but when it's time to cancel, suddenly you need 2 forms of ID, a written note from a doctor, and a blood sacrifice.
Call your bank. I'm telling you, bro, they will fucking Thanos infinity snap that shit out of existence and they will no longer be able to take money from you. And it's almost like you were never even a subscriber. And on their end, they're probably thinking like, what the fuck? What's going on? I'm trying to charge them and I can't. Yeah, fuck you. Because, yeah, I win.
Like, did I join a car wash membership? Or am I in the mafia now? Who knows? I don't want to fight a fucking minotaur. Just cancel my subscription. See, my girl's up my ass right now because she saw an email from a dating site that I used to be on. So now she's parading around the house, reciting subject lines like it's evidence in a murder trial. Oh, still searching for love, huh? Oh, look, just 1 click away from a hot date. With who? Better be Jesus Christ. I just forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
But I said I will right now because I can see that we're actually just 1 click away from a grippy sock vacay. So I get on the website, and it's like Mission Impossible. I gotta get Nicolas Cage on the phone to help me find the cancel button. It's like looking for Bigfoot's pubic hair. They have every button.
What dating website did you use and on what platform were you using it on? Because if you are using an Android or you are using an iPhone for your dating site, I know that there's some people out there that actually use a whole ass PC and just be fucking scrolling through profiles and shit. Nah. Use your phone, right? The way it works on iOS, bro, is you go into your Apple ID settings and you find every subscription that is taking money out and you just hit cancel through your phone. You can do it through your settings. I don't know about Android, but on the iPhone, I can cancel any subscription. So if, like, let's say I downloaded Tinder on my phone, right? And I paid for a subscription. That subscription is going through the debit card that is attached to my Apple ID. So all I would have to do is go into my Apple ID and cancel any subscription that is currently active. So, but I do get it. Some websites be fucky, and I don't know, but
the cancel button. Take a break, pause your membership, think about it, consult a priest. I finally find it behind an ad for limited time matchmaking deals. Brother, I only got 1 match and she finna stab me. Then they hit you with, are you sure? Yes. Are you really sure? Like, if I wanted this many questions, I'd call my grandma and tell her I ain't ate today. Motherfucker, yes. Then comes the guilt trip, like a picture of an old man pops up. It's like, meet Charlie. He's a small business owner who depends on your subscription.
I got no feelings. I don't care. You can give me whatever sub story you want. I'm gone.
Click. Here's Charlie's puppy. Guess you want him to starve and die.
Yep, you can go ahead
Click.
and die.
Sarah McLachlan starts playing,
Don't care.
pops up. They both died.
Yep, I'm sorry. I don't have time to send that little kid with the cleft lip to Oxford. I just can't. I gotta get rid of this fucking subscription! Like, fucking with me.
Can you tell us why you're leaving? You gotta do an exit interview for a $2.99 charge? I didn't even tell my real job why I quit, but okay, how about I'm broke as shit, and my girlfriend's building a fucking crime board in the living room? Or it's like, what can we do to keep you? I don't know, how about not make me fight for my financial freedom like I'm Liam Neeson in Taken? The worst is...
Or it's a dating website. I can't believe they would ask you that. What could we do to get you to stay? On a dating website? I don't know, man. Find me a fucking partner instead of keeping me on this goddamn hamster wheel of ugly bitches and trash. Okay, I'm sorry.
When it pops up, it's like, whoops, for security reasons, you gotta call customer service. For security reasons? Am I hacking into the Pentagon or canceling a fucking subscription?
I mean, if you got Signal, technically, I think you could hack into the fucking Pentagon, given the security these goddamn days.
Now I'm on the phone with Brad, who's clearly trained in hostage negotiation, and he's talking like I'm breaking up with him. Dustin, are you sure you want to do this? Like, we have so many potential matches for you. You gotta let me go, Brad. I got a girl, and she's plotting my funeral. I don't know if you heard or not, but it's gonna be lit, though. There's gonna be emus there. And bitches with 3 titties. Well, just so you know, if you cancel, you're gonna lose access to all these messages. What messages, Brad? That's from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's old DMs, not love letters from World War II. Then they
Them bitches are married already.
get desperate. He's like, well, what if we throw in 3 months for free?
What dating website is this to where a motherfucker's like hassling you like this?
Bitch, you could give me 3 lifetimes for free. I don't give a damn. How about a 20% discount? How about you just cancel my shit? Okay, final offer. We're gonna throw in a free toaster, the dead puppy, and 100 free messages. Honestly, at this point, I'm thinking, damn, maybe I should stay. Like, they seem to really care about me. But then he told me my cancellation could take 8 to 10 business days. Why? Are you printing out my profile and setting it on fire?
No, they're just trying to milk as much money as they can from you before you actually cancel.
Chiseling it out of the stone? And he's like, oh.
8 to 10 business days is the next... 8 to 10 business days is how many days it's going to take to get to the next pay cycle so that they can charge you again.
Oh, by the way, you still have access until the end of the billing cycle. Oh, good. That's like breaking up with somebody and it's like, well, we still got to go to this wedding. The worst part is even after you cancel, they still email you. We miss you. Someone's eager to meet you.
You can cancel that. You go to the email, you scroll all the way to the bottom, all the way to the bottom, and in really, really small, microscopic fucking writing, you're gonna see a little button that says unsubscribe. And you click that button and it's gonna take you to another website and it's gonna say, are you sure? And you hit agree and it will remove you from that mailing list. I'm an expert with this shit, dog.
The only person eager to meet me right now is my girl with the baseball bat if I don't get this shit to stop. So if you're thinking about using the dating service, stay away from Ancestry.com.
Oh my god, you fucking... Oh, that was a good setup. That was a good build up to the whole fucking... Dustin, that was good. That was... The final punchline. I like that joke. You set that up well, man. That was good. Good solid beginning. Good solid, story in there. A good build up. A good middle. And a fantastic conclusion. That was great. That was great. I was sitting here wondering too, like, what kind of fucking dating website asks all these questions? Oh. I was thinking maybe like farmersonly.com or some shit, but fuck, I was gonna say something too and I can't remember. Yo, country boy, what's good? Tell your bank to not send money to the subscription service? Yeah, that's what I said. But you don't tell the bank, you just like demand they cancel that payment option and they will. That's it. But most people don't think of doing that, bro. Like at all. Most people don't think of calling the bank. I feel like most people don't even know that you can do that. That you can call the bank, like, and you know what? You know what's worse than a dating website and canceling? Gym memberships. Bro, have any of you ever tried to cancel a gym membership? It is absurd. It is absurd, man. It's stupid. And those gym contracts that people be signing are so like they're garbage. They're bad, dude. They're so bad. And they just lock you into shit. And I worked at a gym once upon a time, dude, and I've never had to cancel a gym membership because I'm a normal human, bro. If I want to work out, I just go outside, right? I don't need a gym. Some people do. I mean, some running on the road, people would rather run on a treadmill. I get that. But you know what I'm saying? I stick to just basic shit. I've never needed a gym. I've never needed a gym membership, right? So canceling, I've never had to, but I used to work at a gym and I saw a lot of people try to cancel, and I saw a lot of people ripping their fucking hair out trying to cancel their membership for the gym that I was working at. And I was just like, oof, that's rough. And it was just funny too, because most of the people that were like getting memberships at the gym that I worked at, a lot of them were military, which didn't make any fucking sense because just like 20 minutes down the road was Fort Benning. And Fort Benning has like 6 or 7 gyms on the installation. But I know why the military dudes are there. That's because there's no bitches inside of military gyms. So what these military dudes do is they go to civilian gyms because that's where all the ladies are, really, for the most part. And if there are any ladies in army gyms, military gyms, they're either married or they're military, and they're actually there to work out, not fuck with your ass. So. Free trial will bill you after the trial. That's why I don't fuck with free trials either. I learned that early as a kid. I learned that very, very early when I was younger. Is like, it would say, oh, try now for free. And you click on that shit thinking it's free, and you're like, oh, bet, it's free. It didn't charge me. Oh, no, it's going to charge you 30 days from now. And after that 30 days, you probably forgot about it. And then maybe you're like me, you don't check your bank account that often because, I don't know, how often do y'all check y'all's bank account? I mean, I only check it if there's a problem or if I needed to get a new card or if I need to like transfer some money, but I don't do that often, right? So like, I check it every now and again. A couple months, really. There's really nothing to check. Money goes in and that's it. So you forget about it and it stays taking out money and taking out money and taking out money, and it's just, but that's how they get you. And it's always little shit too. It's always little stuff. It's always like, you'd be apprehensive about something that's $29.99 for a subscription, but a lot of times it's the little subscriptions that get you. It's the little subscriptions that fuck you. It's the little subscriptions that you'll forget about because they're so small. It's such a small amount of money. $2.99, $3.99, $4.99. In your head, you're just like, it's $5, right? But after 2 years, dog, you could have used all that money for literally anything else, man. And the subscription that is being paid, you're not even taking advantage of it, right? So it's just like, my sister had a problem with, Adobe, some computer software that she was using, and she tried to cancel it and she couldn't, and it kept taking out $60, and like she had to go through like a lot of stuff, bro. And like she got hella fucking mad. It was like the first time in a long time I had ever seen her that angry. Because for the most part, she's a pretty chill person. It's me that's the psychopath in the family, right? So, but that day I saw her dealing with customer service for fucking Adobe, and they were fucking her over on that subscription because she didn't even want it. She was trying to do a free trial that they said was like $19.99, and then after that you could renew for the full package or you could just cancel it, right? So it was like $19 for like a trial or whatever. It was some kind of stupid shit that she thought wasn't going to be that bad, but it ended up being fucking horrible and terrible. And it's just, they do that shit on purpose though. They make everything confusing. They put the writing small, and they assume that we're all fucking idiots. And there's a lot of people that are, but there's a lot of people that aren't. And those are the people they fucking hate. So, like, dude, I'm the type of motherfucker, bro, and I know that they hate people like me. I'm the type of motherfucker that if I will, what was it? There was something I wanted to watch. But what? There was something I wanted to watch one time, It was like on pay-per-view, or it was on some platform that required a subscription. And basically, what I did for just the one thing that I wanted to watch, I got a coupon and I used the coupon for the subscription, and then I watched what I wanted to watch, and then as soon as I was done watching what I wanted to watch, I immediately canceled. A lot of people forget to immediately cancel. A lot of people are just like, oh, I'll cancel tomorrow. I'll cancel next week. I'll cancel next month. That's okay. I'll get to it eventually. And then you never do it. Nah, bro. I will pay it, and then as soon as I'm done, I will immediately cancel it. And they hate that shit. They really do. But again, I feel like I'm in the minority because not a lot of people do that, man. Not a lot of people know that you can just flat out call your bank and you can skip talking to these people directly, period. Which is what I opt to do, because the last thing I want is to be on the fucking phone on a 1-800 hotline or whatever, and it's just like, para español, prese dos. Para inglés, keep pressing 1 or something like that, right? And then it's just like, for this, this, and this, hit 3. For this, hit 4. For this, hit 5. For this, hit 6. And I'm just like, representative, 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 until I get a human fucking being. No, bro. I've done that way too many times, and I've cussed out way too many Indian guys. I don't do that anymore. I just call the bank. That's it. I call the bank. I skip the middleman. I skip all the bullshit. I skip the headache. I cut them down at the fucking knees instantaneously. They don't even know. It's that fast. Like, bam, gone. No money for you. That's it. They don't even know what hit them. They're just like, holy shit, we just lost like $19 without even realizing. He didn't even cancel. It's just gone. Yep, fuck you. What you get for making shit so hard, bro? I just skip all that shit now. 500-year flood? What? Yeah, I can't take the phone. I just wear my MAGA hat. Usually there's a there was a lot of Biden Harris signs in my neighborhood. There's a lot of Trump support. I feel like it's 50-50 where I live. There's a lot of Trump supporters and there's like a lot of Biden people. But I know one day I wore my Let's Go Brandon shirt because I have two different kinds of Let's Go. I have an all blue one and an all black one. I wore my Let's Go Brandon shirt, and I walked to the gas station because the gas station's like right there. There's no fucking point in driving and wasting gas. It's like right there. And I'm walking to it, and one of the ladies that lives like down the street was just like glaring at me as I was walking, and I could feel her eyeballs on me. Like, you know, like you can feel someone staring at you. Like, I could just, like, she was on her porch, and I could feel her glaring at me, and I was just, like, looking. I know what she was looking at. She was looking at my shirt. I was like, oh, my God. That's hilarious. But, like a typical Biden-Harris supporter, they're not actually going to say anything to me, and they ain't going to get in my face. And they actually ain't going, they're not going to get my attention, nah. A lot of cowardice running on that side, so... And nothing was going to happen. She was just glaring at me. She was just staring at me with mean eyeballs. And I was just like, all right. If this is your idea of intimidation, then Jesus. If I ever decide that I want to start breaking into homes, you're the first home I'm breaking into. You're not threatening at all. I'm sorry. We're not doing that. Yeah, Desiree, I do the same shit. Oh. Let's see. I'm going to try to... What was it? Let's see. Oh. Let me see. Are y'all down for some Fat Electrician? I just have to ask before we actually get to it. If not, I'll try to knock out some other. Actually, there's nothing else to knock. There was that Candace Owens video, but that's way too goddamn long. I can't listen to that lady talk for an hour. There's no way. Hard enough listening to her speak for 10 minutes. I've heard enough of that lady. Oh my god, where did I fucking leave it? No. I can't. I'm losing my mind. Oh, I was on the right one. It's just that. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find the fucking. Where did you put your request? Vince? What is it? Oh, is it that Carlos Hathcock? Okay. Alright. Well. I thought you requested something shorter. It was not a movie. So that being the case. You know, we've never watched this before. America obliterates half of North Vietnam's MiG-21 fleet in 13 minutes. I don't think we've watched that one. Wrecking and trolling Germans. The Germans with a wooden plane? We haven't seen that one either. Can I please watch one of these? Please? Can't find the other. Didn't you have a different one on here that wasn't that? I don't know, man. I don't know. You're taking note of what? Okay, well, I'm gonna do something of my choosing, Vince. It's just. I should have just picked from this list. Yeah, I'm down for this.
At US Bank, we know what really goes into reaching your milestones. That's why we are.
I don't give a fuck. All right. Can y'all give me a second? I'm gonna run downstairs. I gotta check on the dog, make sure she has water. It's kind of hot outside today. And I'm fucking hot as well. Oh. Jesus. Alright. I'll be right back. Okay. The dog is fine. However, that bitch is coming dangerously close to actually catching and killing a squirrel. Because the squirrels just keep getting really low on that tree, bro, and she's gonna reach up and snatch one of these motherfuckers. Okay, we're gonna start in a second. Hold on. We're doing. All right. Oh, I know. No, dude, that's like 3 days worth of laundry. And the last time I vacuumed, like, dog. This is the dog. I vacuumed like 3 days ago. This is the dog. This is all dog. That's dog hair. That's shit. All dog, man. And until I get this fucking dog out of my hair, I ain't vacuuming yet. Oh my god, what are we? Alright. Here we go.
During the Vietnam War, where the United States Air Force finally agreed to let a double fighter ace pilot from World War II run the show, he then immediately saw to the destruction of over half of North Vietnam's state-of-the-art fighter jets, and he did it in 13 minutes.
I'm sorry, I gotta go back.
Ah yes, that time during the Vietnam War where the United States Air Force finally agreed to let a double fighter ace pilot from World War II run the show, he then immediately saw to the destruction of over half of North Vietnam's state-of-the-art fighter jets, and he did it in 13 minutes. Today we're talking about Operation Bolo, one of the greatest ruses in military history, but first, a word.
Just trying to wrap my head around 13 minutes. Destroying a whole fleet. Fucking madness.
Rolling Thunder spans from March of 1965 until
Release.
Okay.
Alright, so Operation Bolo takes place within another mission known as Operation Rolling Thunder, and Operation Rolling Thunder spans from March of 1965 until November of 1968. It is essentially the air war over North Vietnam, so super brief, oversimplified version of what's going on. The American forces are in South Vietnam, and they are fighting the VC, or the Viet Cong, which is a guerrilla fighting force. And that guerrilla fighting force is receiving supplies from the North Vietnamese via the Ho Chi Minh Trail, so America needs to try to shut down those supply lines. Logic being, if the enemy doesn't have supplies to fight, the enemy can't fight. Real base level War 101 Sun Tzu type stuff, right? Okay, well, America pretty much has two options. They can A, invade North Vietnam with ground forces, or they can B, just attempt to bomb the holy fuck out of them, and America's going with option B, and that is what Operation Rolling Thunder is. It is just a humongous 3-year-long air bombing campaign where America is going to try to blow up so much North Vietnamese infrastructure that they can't continue to support the Viet Cong. Which, honestly, it's a really good plan. What's the problem? The enemy's got nice things? Oh, well, take the nice things away. Send the planes in, bomb the roads, bomb the railroad tracks, and make it so they can't give the enemy a bunch of supplies. It's good. It should work. And then the politicians got involved. And let's face it, if anybody could mess up something so simple, it's going to be a politician because, well, honestly, they could probably fuck up boiling water. So how on earth did they mess it up? Well, they gave the American military a bunch of rules of engagement, which is a fancy way of saying they gave the American
You can't do anything.
military a bunch of rules that only they have to follow and the enemy doesn't, essentially tying the US military's hands behind its back and then sending them into battle anyways. And one of these rules—
No, she sheds like fucking crazy, Jeff. Like, sometimes and see, like, I wish you could see this carpet, because this carpet is, like, immaculate, right? Insanely clean, but that is, like, where the dog is, bro. Sometimes I don't even want to pet her, because simply just petting her, I see hair go fucking everywhere. I'm just like,
rules of engagement, or one of these protocols that they had to abide by, was that every plane that went into North Vietnam to bomb them had to travel through a particular air corridor, and that is the only route they were allowed to take in.
So basically making it easy for the enemy to predict and basically funnel. Basically, a fatal funnel, man, is what you're sending these planes down. And if the North Vietnamese become wise to this, that could be catastrophic to American pilots, because you're restricting their movement when they could just, I don't know, do what they do and get the job done. But when you have dumbass overseers that aren't actually there, then you get stuff like this.
To North Vietnam, meaning that pretty much immediately the North Vietnamese picked up on the pattern that every single plane that flies into their country follows a particular path, and they then proceeded to take all of their surface-to-air missiles, all of their radars, all of their anti-aircraft capabilities in the entire country and put them in this one particular spot. And then the US government decided to keep making their guys fly right through it anyways the entire time. Now this—
Because the government never wants to admit that they're wrong. No, what are they gonna do? They're going to double down on the dumbass decision. Like, oh, we're too far. We can't have people thinking we're incompetent or fucking stupid, or worse, we don't know what we're doing, so we're just gonna stay the course and make it seem like we know something that they don't.
At this point, you're probably thinking, oh my god, the politicians might actually secretly be geniuses, because what they've done is they have inadvertently gotten the North Vietnamese to gather all of their anti-aircraft resources into one location, and now we can just bomb those, take them out, and they'll have nothing left, and it'll—
Okay, that's cool. Good. You understood something. Now we just have to get our planes off that route and change the route so we can stop losing aircrafts because they're going down the same route every single time. And the last thing you want to be in a combat setting is predictable.
Just be green light, go everywhere. So now the US military is like, yo, politicians, can I blow that shit up now because it's right there just waiting for me? To which the politicians are like, absolutely not. In fact, we're gonna make it a rule that you're not allowed to bomb or attack any anti-aircraft sites, any surface-to-air missile arrays, any anti-aircraft anything. You have to leave it completely unscathed. And our law...
So we have to fight other enemy aircrafts while their anti-aircrafts shoot at us. So we have to not only do the hardest thing in the fucking world, which is shoot down another enemy plane, but we also have to do that whilst dodging and maneuvering out of the way of anti-aircraft shit on the ground. That's great. I would not want it any other way. I want you to make this as difficult and as dumb as humanly possible. Thanks.
Logic behind that is that at those sites, there could potentially be a Chinese or a Soviet advisor that's helping out the North Vietnamese. And if we hurt one of them, it would upset the Soviets or the Chinese. And then that would be bad diplomatically, even though they're blatantly there to help run a proxy war against us. We're going to go ahead and care more about them than we are about our own pilots. So we're going to go ahead and just have you guys keep flying through that same air channel, through all the anti-aircraft everything, because fuck you. That's why.
Yep. This is bullshit.
So
the NBA playoffs are here, and I'm betting rebound props on FanDuel. After all, I am the league's greatest rebound.
So that's exactly what happens every single time they fly a mission.
I gotta go back, bro. That shit's so funny to me. It's from Big Daddy.
Guys keep flying through that same air channel, through all the anti-aircraft everything.
It's not supposed to make sense, Orko.
Because fuck you. That's why.
This is bullshit.
So that's exactly what happens. Every single time they fly a mission, every Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps plane has to fly through the same air corridor through a gauntlet of anti-aircraft capability on their way to deliver their payload. And then if that wasn't bad enough, the North Vietnamese got their hands on somewhere between 12 and 16 MiG-21s. And if you don't know, at this point in time, the MiG-21 is the new cutting-edge Soviet fighter jet. It is incredibly fast, it has a very high flight ceiling, and it is very nimble. And using these MiG-21s, they very quickly develop a strategy that amounts to basically guerrilla warfare in the sky, utilizing a hit-and-run tactic. So their strategy is that they are going to go specifically after the F-105 Thunder Chief, aka the Thud. It is the #1 plane that America is using in Operation Rolling Thunder in all of their bombing runs, and when it is weighed down with a bunch of bombs, it is basically a sitting duck for a MiG-21. So what ends up happening is every time a bunch of thuds get sent out on a bombing run, they have to fly through that corridor of anti-aircraft capability.
I hope they have escorts.
And the arrays and everything else tells the enemy that it's a bunch of F-105s going on a bombing run, so they scramble the MiG-21s, they go up there, they intercept these F-105s, at which point one of two things can happen. The F-105s can continue on their bombing run and most likely get shot down by the MiG-21s, or
they can turn around, I guess. Maybe the MiG-21s are going to allow them to leave with their lives.
They can drop their payload just over the jungle randomly in the middle of nowhere, not on target, and then make an escape and live. And bear in mind, the North Vietnamese only have a couple of these fighter jets, and they're fighting a war of attrition against a much larger industrial force like America, so they are more than happy to send a plane up there, burn a little bit of fuel, get the Americans to drop tens or hundreds or millions of dollars worth of bombs on the middle of nothing, waste all their money, waste all their time, and then take their planes and land. They don't need to go out there and waste all their missiles and risk their planes.
You don't always need to kill someone to make progress in a war, and that right there for the Vietnamese is progress, because it's just slowing it. It's slowing us down, and we're wasting money and time.
They're just going to get the Americans to waste all of their bombs on nothing. And I know what you're thinking. That seems like a pretty easy problem. What if we just bombed the MiGs while they were on the ground? Or what if we bombed the airfields that they were coming from? That way they couldn't even take off. Well, luckily we have politicians to step in and tell us once again, you're not allowed to bomb those either, because there could potentially be an advisor from China or the USSR there. So
it's almost like, dude, and I experienced this in Afghanistan. It's not just in this war, and it's definitely not specific to any one war either. I always felt that when I was in that country, my hands were tied behind my back. I always felt that when I was over there, the enemy had more freedom than I did. When I was over there, I was more worried about getting in trouble for doing something than actually focusing on the mission or on a firefight or on a situation, right? I had to pretty much think of my actions and what that would do to me in a courtroom, as opposed to just, I don't know, operating freely and just doing the mission as I was trained to do it. And I just always felt like my hands were tied behind my back, like I just couldn't do anything. And not specific to me, bro. It always happens.
Oh, leave those alone too. You're only allowed to take out enemy planes when they're in the air. To which the U.S. military is like, okay, I guess we'll do literally the only thing we can do. We'll just send up our...
And it's almost like politicians don't even want us to win, because it's almost like everything that they put in place, it's an obstacle for us, and it makes the life of the enemy easier. It's almost like, bro, whose fucking side are you on, man? Because like, ugh, god damn.
Our fighter jet, the F-4 Phantom II, and try to go toe-to-toe with the MiGs. Okay, so the stage is set. We have one of the sexiest airplanes of all time, the American F-4 Phantom II, going toe-to-toe with the Soviet MiG-21. Okay, here's what I need you to understand about this matchup. This is pretty much the golden era of military planes, okay, in my opinion. It's right before stealth technology came out, and planes started to get a little bit slower because they could be sneaky. Now, no. Planes built during this period were just straight up, let's be fast as fuck and carry a ton of firepower. It's the hot rod era of military planes. And both of these planes are built on that doctrine. The F-4 Phantom tops out at like 1,400.
I feel like a lot of our planes now have that very same outlook. They're super fucking fast and they can carry insane payloads. And they're modernized jets, man. So it's just like they're going they're going Mach 2, 3. It's wild.
Miles an hour. The MiG-21 tops out at like 1,300 miles an hour. The F-4 Phantom is like twice the size of the MiG-21. It's got a way bigger fuel tank. It's got way more range. It can carry a lot more payload. The MiG-21, on the other hand, it's a lot smaller. It's a lot lighter. It's nimbler, but it doesn't have as much range. So the MiG-21 in an up-close dogfight is probably going to be better with its gun, whereas the F-4 Phantom, not really intended for up-close dogfighting. It doesn't even have a gun. Because it has a more advanced radar and missiles, it can take the enemy out from 29 miles away. It doesn't even need to see the enemy to shoot them out of the sky, so why on earth would it need a gun? Okay, the F-4 Phantom's MO is
29 miles away. That seems like really far for us, but like in the sky, 29 miles is, I don't even really think 29 miles is not that far in the sky. Think about it. Shit's different up there. Distances, feel, look, and I guess behave differently up there. 29 miles to us, that's obscene, right? But up there, I don't think it's that far. Or maybe it is that far. Or maybe it's mega fucking far to have that range from 29 miles. That's still insane. But in the sky, I'm sure there's something with a range even further than that. So that seems somewhat like short to medium-ish range. Or is that super long range and I'm just looking at it dumb?
to haul ass, shoot half-court shots, and have a dope-ass paint job the entire time it does it. So, just so we're all on the same page, Soviet MiG-21, American F-4, very much peers to one another. They are both capable of taking the other out. They both pose a huge threat to one another. However, theoretically speaking, the MiG-21 should have an advantage in an up-close dogfight due to its maneuverability and its gun, whereas the F-4 has the advantage because it can just shoot down the MiG-21 before it
even gets close.
Gets close enough for a dogfight to occur. Yeah. So, MiG-21, better up close. F-4, better far away. So that's it. That's the solution, right? The F-4 Phantoms are going to go up. They're going to shoot the MiGs down from like 20 miles away before the MiGs even know they're there, and that's going to be the end of it. Ta-da!
Hey, I got her a little something. A little.
That is a good fight. That's a good challenge for the MiGs, though, if you think about it. That is a really good challenge for the MiGs, if you think about it. Think about like if you're playing Call of Duty and you have an M4 and there's a fucking bitch-ass sniper somewhere out there that you can't fucking see and he's dicking on you. What are you going to do? And you're going to try to find a way to maneuver to places and just like have some finesse and, I don't know, get a flank or do something. A lot harder to do in the sky where there's nothing to hide behind, but, I mean, crazier shit has happened in the sky. Let's see how these MiGs attempt to deal with this.
Politicians step in yet again with another exciting rule of engagement. Guess what? You're not allowed to shoot at enemy aircrafts until you have visual confirmation that it is an enemy aircraft. Translation, the American F-4 pilots
basically have to wait until these MiGs are close enough to actually get shots off, when they could easily just hop them at a distance. And yeah, Lost, we do same day requests for donations and stuff like that. That's again, what side are the politicians on, bro? Like, I don't understand. Imagine you okay, bro, imagine you go to a boxing fight, right? You're a fan of boxing. You go to a boxing match and you're sitting really close to the ring and you can hear what the corner is telling their fighter, right? And the corner says, hey, on this next one, hold back with your left jab and don't throw that right hook. And the fighter's like, what? He's like, yeah, just do that. Like, don't do any of that. Just like hang kind of back, maybe take a couple of shots and stuff like that. And the fighter's like, but that's just gonna get me fucked up. Trust me. Just trust me. It's part of a bigger plan. Just do it. It's really not, bro. Like, no. You're telling us to basically go out there and throw. We're throwing, man. We're throwing. We could have won this war in, well, probably about 35 minutes, man, on day one. And here we are all this time later, still trying to figure out ways on how to defeat the enemy when we could have just done it in the blink of an eye. Why? Because some fucking douchebags back in Washington that wear suits and ties and have never put on boots a day in their fucking life are making rules for people on the other side of the planet and they don't even know what the situation is because they're not there. I fucking hate that, man.
Literally are not allowed to start fighting the MiG-21s until the MiG-21s have the advantage, which is absolutely insane to think about. Like, literally the equivalent of walking up to an infantryman and being like, hey, here's a sniper rifle. Also, you're not allowed to shoot people with it. You're only allowed to use the bayonet.
Yeah.
And there's no bayonet because we didn't design it with a bayonet lug because it's only designed to shoot people.
Oh, speaking of that, do not fire until fired upon. Did you know that I actually got orders to do that? I actually got those orders once upon a time in a combat zone. I got those orders. Why? Because fucking CNN was there. Because CNN was there. And there was like a high-ranking general there. And they said, if engaged, do not return fire. Seek cover. Basically, do the exact fucking opposite of what they taught you in basic training and in AIT and in NTC when you went to combat training in California and all of the times you've gone to the field and all of the times you've gone to FTXs and all the times you've done room clearing procedures and all the times you've done react to contact and react to IDF and IEDs and small arms fire and indirect fire. And what the fuck are we doing? I'm sorry, I get so annoyed because it's the motherfuckers that aren't even having to do the work, making the rules for the motherfuckers doing the work, and fuck you. Sorry, it gets under my skin.
From really far away, get bent. And just in case that wasn't bad enough, what makes this even worse is the fact that most of the F-4 pilots are only trained on the American F-4, which wasn't really designed for up-close dogfighting with a gun because it doesn't have a gun. Yeah. So most of them don't really know how to conduct an up-close dogfight because they've never been trained to do it, because that's not what their plane is supposed to fucking do. So there's really no good answer, and this goes on for a little while where basically the F-105s go up, the MiG-21s go up, intercept, the F-105s are then forced to drop all their bombs in the middle of nowhere and take off just so they can survive. The MiG-21s then go and land, and that just repeats itself ad nauseum. But then in September of 1966, something happened.
So basically no progress. That's it. Which... I should have thought of this sooner. The military-industrial complex. War makes money. It does. It makes so much money that it would be downright stupid to not do it. In the realm of trillions. We don't see that money. But there's people in this country that do. War makes money. So While I look at it like they're making our life difficult and they're playing for the other team and whose side are you really on? No, they're just making sure that this war lasts as long as humanly fucking possible. Basically to where we're doing nothing. Everything is moving at a crawl, at a snail's pace, basically. Because the longer you're at war, the more money that there is to be made through the military-industrial complex. I should have thought about that earlier, really. I get emotional sometimes about inferior motherfuckers making choices for me, and they're not actually wearing my boots. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make decisions, bro, you should have joined the fucking service. I hate that these motherfuckers get those kinds of
happen that would change everything, because the 8th Fighter Wing out of Udong Thai Royal Air Force Base would get a new commander, and that commander was none.
No hands are safer than the hands actually on the ground. If you're back home, I don't want your fucking opinion and I don't want your goddamn advice.
Other than the legendary fighter pilot, Colonel Rob.
Like Captain America said in Civil War, the safest hands are still our own. We don't need some goddamn governmental body telling us what is right, what is not. Like, bro, it's war, man. Shit happens. Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna go.
Robin Olds, and I mean, you can know nothing about this guy and you already know he's the main character. I mean, look at the lip sweater on this man. It's the most magnificent taco flosser I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, let me break this down for you. Anytime you've ever seen a movie with the cool bad boy character that doesn't follow the rules, it's also a fighter pilot, it's based off of this guy, whether you know it or not. Okay, I want you to understand the gravity of the situation here. This man's mother passed away when he was 4 years old, and he was raised by a single father that was also a full-time Army pilot and a World War I veteran. This guy was essentially bred to be a fighter pilot. Yeah, he went to West Point, where he became an All-American football player at 6'2", 250 pounds. He then went on to become a fighter pilot in World War II. Now, if you shoot down
6'2", given by today's standards, isn't that a little tall to be in one of those planes? Right? I always thought that it was like the shorter fellas. I guess the planes these days that they make, they can make them to fit a tall person, right? Surely some of these newer, more modern F-35s, they can fit someone who's like, I don't know, 6'3", 6'4", right? Or are these planes still built to only fit people under the height of 5'11"? Because I feel like that used to be the case, right? Only like the small dudes would be able to be in these cockpits.
5 or more enemy planes, you become an ace pilot. It's kind of a really big deal. And Robin Olds was a double ace in World War II. This man literally prestiged in the most extreme air-to-air combat the world has ever seen, and he's about to become a triple ace in Vietnam. And at the age of 44, nonetheless. How's the old saying go? Beware of an old man in a young man's game. Yeah, this is the main character for sure. And like most great main characters, Robin Olds has a lot of very high-ranking people that don't really like him that much, mostly because he's not afraid to ruffle a couple of feathers to get his point across. And most recently, the argument that he's been having with the establishment is the fact that the F-4 Phantom, the main fighter jet for the United States military, should probably have a gun on it. He also has an issue with how these new pilots are being trained, because they're not really being trained how to actually dogfight. They're just being trained how to haul ass, intercept a plane, and shoot a missile at it, as opposed to actually getting into a close quarters fight. And the chain of command is basically telling Robin Olds, like, hey, look, you're old. They don't do it like that anymore. You were fighting in World War II in P-51 Mustangs and P-38 Lightnings. This is not what's going on anymore. These kids are flying F-4 Phantoms that can fly at 1,400 miles an hour and shoot missiles and take out targets from 30 miles away. We don't need to teach them up close dogfighting anymore, because they're...
That's such stupid logic. That's like coming from the same military that preaches it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Never actually going to use it, because the technology eliminates the need for that. But you know what technology doesn't fix? Politicians being fucking stupid. So now everybody has to fight like it's World War II in a dogfight, because they're not allowed to use the technology the way they're supposed to, because politicians that don't understand what they're talking about get to make up all the rules. So now they're sending Robin Olds to go take over command of the 8th Fighter Wing. He shows up and immediately earns everybody's respect. Keyword, earns it. doesn't just get it given to him. And the way that he earns it is one of the best examples of leadership that I have ever read about. This man shows up to take command of an entire fighter wing as a double ace World War II pilot and a legend, and he decides to immediately put himself on the flight roster as a rookie to get trained on how to better use the F-4 Phantom because he's not very well acquainted with it, and he lets all the men that are lower than him train him on this plane. He didn't come in all cocky, he wasn't some arrogant prick, he just admitted, hey.
Well, because when you're dealing with planes, you can't afford to be arrogant. That's how you die. Or have an ego, either. Like, about stuff like this. Especially in a learning environment. That's...
Hey, I've been doing this for a long time. I've flown a lot of planes. I'm not super great with the F-4 Phantom. I need to get great with it so I can lead you guys, and that's exactly what he did, and it immediately earned him all the respect in the world. So Robin takes some time to get acquainted with the F-4 Phantom, and within a couple of weeks, he's already flying the plane better than most of the trainers. So now that Robin Olds is caught up on the F-4 Phantom to where all of his guys are, he is now going to teach these young whippersnappers how to dogfight like it's World War II. And this is like the cool moment from all the movies where old schools teach a new school how to get shit done anyways, okay? This is Rocky teaching Adonis Creed how to box. This is Doc teaching Lightning McQueen that sometimes you got to turn right to go left. And
to this day, I don't think I've
recommended protection.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Cars? Nah, man. I will one of these days. Dude, sometime this weekend, what's today? Thursday? Sometime this weekend, I'm going to start watching the new Devil May Cry series on Netflix, so I'll let y'all know how that goes and if I like it.
Robin Olds, in another great display of leadership, realizes that there's not enough of him to go around and he needs backup. He needs another badass World War II era pilot to come over and help him get these guys ready. So Olds calls in a couple of favors, gets one of his longtime friends transferred over to the 8th Fighter Wing to help him run the show, and that friend is none other than the legendary pilot Daniel Chappie James Jr., aka the Black Eagle. Okay, in the late 1930s, early 1940s, this man was a civilian pilot at the Tuskegee Institute that was contracted by the U.S. government to train U.S. pilots how to fly. Okay, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you this is the man that trained the famous Tuskegee Airmen from World War II before eventually enlisting and becoming one himself in 1943. After enlisting, he became an officer, at which point he was deemed too valuable as a trainer, so that's what he did for the duration of World War II, continued to train an entire generation of fighter pilots, and never...
But hey, someone had to do it, right? And why not let it be him, right? He's like super good.
Actually saw combat himself. Then, in Korea, he would fly over 100 combat missions before working at the Pentagon, where he would end up meeting Robin Olds. After this, he goes on to become the first black man to become a 4-star general in the United States military.
Oh, shit.
This man is also a complete badass, so Uncle Sam is essentially playing Operation Bolo on co-op mode with 2 main characters on the field. So, Chappie shows up to the 8th Fighter Wing, is reunited with his old friend Robin Olds. They become this extremely effective chain of command, and they are absolutely loved by all of their subordinates. Because of that, this leadership duo is given a nickname that is originally intended as a term of endearment, although by today's standards is probably not very politically correct, and that nickname was Black Man and Robin. Now, all this happens in like the span of 3 months. So, December 1966, they're running combat operations.
Yeah. Today, bro, somebody somewhere would throw a fucking fit on Twitter, and that would be it. They would just change it to, I don't know, the Polka Dot Duo or some shit. It's fucking...
Robin Olds finally gets an idea of how to stop these new badass MiG-21s. By this point, Robin Olds is completely caught on to the MiG-21's entire strategy. They have zero interest in actually fighting with the F-4s, which is driving Robin Olds nuts because he's a World War II era fighter pilot. That's exactly the type of shit that he's into. These MiG-21 pilots, however, just want to go up there, use guerrilla warfare tactics where they just either hit the F-105s or don't hit the F-105s and just convince them to drop their payload prematurely and waste everybody's time and then take back off. The MiG-21s have zero interest in tangling with the F-4s, which Robin Olds interprets as, I need to force these MiG-21s to fight me.
That's
so
hilarious.
how's he going to do that? Well, here's his plan. The reason the MiG-21s can identify
It's like, dude, that's the matchup. That's the setup right there. One can only hit from long range. One can only hit up close. The one that can hit from long range really wants to fight. The one that can hit hard from up close doesn't want anything to do with the fight at all. That's the matchup.
F-105s so efficiently is because the F-105s have a jamming pod on them that basically disrupts and interferes with the surface-to-air missiles down below. It messes up their radar so that the F-105s aren't going to get taken out by all the anti-aircraft stuff on the ground. Problem with that is that emits a frequency that the North Vietnamese can see. They then know that a bunch of F-105s are coming, so they scramble the MiGs. So Robin Olds decides, hey, let's take those jamming pods, mount them to mine and all the guys' F-4s, and then we'll fly there like we're F-105s in a bombing formation, and the MiGs will come attack us. And by the time they get close enough to realize that we're not F-105s, ideally, it's going to be too late. Yeah, the legendary World War II double fighter aces just went to the chain of command and requested permission to execute the old Wile E. Coyote in a sheep costume to catch the Roadrunner strategy. Now, probably going to work, but there are a bunch of problems with this idea. Biggest problem right out of the gate is this doesn't solve the issue with rules of engagement because
it also doesn't solve the issues with the anti-aircraft shit down on the ground.
Remember, you're not allowed to fire on the enemy until you have visual confirmation that it is your enemy, and by then, the MiG-21s have an edge in air-to-air combat.
You know, people in Washington are saying, and I operated like this quite a few times when I was deployed, and I'm sure that some pilots over the course of history have operated like this, you know, but they said, you can't shoot until you have visual confirmation. Well, sir, back in Washington, my definition of visual confirmation is way different than your definition, and I'm going with my definition because I'm actually here and you're not. And at the end of the day, it's my word and the word of all these dudes that will die for me, so I know they'll lie for me, against yours. So I win either way.
Combat. Okay, not a big deal though, because Robin has a two-step plan for that as well. Okay, step number one, he knows that they only have 12 to 16 MiG-21s, so he's just gonna roll in with 28 F-4s. Okay, just completely overwhelm them, even if they do have an edge in air-to-air combat. Okay, step number two, which is quite frankly the big ask, he wants the entire US military to shut down all air operations over Southeast Asia while he conducts this operation. He wants the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marine Corps, none of them to have any birds in the sky whatsoever. And his reason for that is so that he can bypass the rules of engagement. You see, the only reason the politicians are enforcing that rule of engagement where you have to have visual confirmation before you fire on an enemy plane is because there's a ton of planes in the air over Southeast Asia at all times, and Vietnam is already super controversial over in America, and the last thing the politicians want to have to deal with is headlines that an American plane shot down another American plane, so they just made the rule you're not allowed to shoot at anything unless you can visually see 100% for certain that it is in fact an enemy. So if Robin can make sure that the only planes in the sky are his guys and the enemy, he should be able to go bombs away the entire time and not have to worry about it. So obviously this is a massive request, and the chain of command says yes.
Wow.
Son of a bitch.
Well, because the chain of command is also probably also tired of these fuck-ass politicians.
Okay, so now the last...
Yeah.
It's Bravo.
I would be too, man, because like no one likes them. Even at the highest ranks, bro, I can tell you, you can definitely take my word for it. Even at some of the highest ranks don't like politicians. And they don't like just how much reach a politician has into the world of the military. Bro, just your job as a politician is to just send us there. Everything else, bro, shut the fuck up. Man, really. So you'd be surprised. You really would.
How do we make sure that these MiG-21s don't slip away? Because they're so nimble and they're so fast, they could pull a tight maneuver and be back at base before we're going to be able to catch them. So how are we going to prevent that? As soon as the MiG-21s take off and get in the air, they're going to send half of the F-4s to haul ass past the entire future battlefield, and they're just going to do hot laps around the enemy airfield, making it so the enemy can't go to land without fighting through those F-4s first, which effectively is going to give the pilots of the MiG-21s two options. They can stand and fight the F-4s, retreat, and fight the other F-4s, or they can retreat, have nowhere to land, and eventually run out of gas. And remember, the F-4s have a much larger gas tank, so they are definitely gonna...
This is a checkmate situation for the MiGs.
run out of gas first. So it's a perfect plan. There's just one small problem left. How are we going to know when the MiG-21s take off and leave the airfield? Because if we send the F-4s out too soon, then the MiG-21s won't take off at all, and then we can't bomb them on the ground, and it defeats the entire purpose of the mission. Easy problem to solve. We're going to get 2 spy planes, the C-130B2, aka the Silver Dawn. At this point in time, it is a state-of-the-art electronic warfare spy plane, and it's going to be able to receive all the enemy radio transmissions, so they're going to be able to tell as soon as the enemy MiG-21s take off. And obviously, given the fact that that was such an easy problem to solve, bureaucracy is obviously going to step in and make it extremely difficult, because the US military only has like 20 of these Silver Dawn spy planes, and while they are technically the property of the United States Air Force, they are directly under the command of the NSA, the National Security Agency, and they are super duper stingy about whoever gets to use these planes. Basically, the NSA gets final say as to whether or not this plane gets to participate in this mission, and that means that they're going to have to go through some stupid bureaucratic process where they ask for permission, it gets run up the chain of command like 30 people deep, and then finally some bureaucrat has to take responsibility. They're not going to do that because they don't want to put their ass on the line, so it's probably just going to be a big fat no, you can't use this plane, even though it's probably going to make the whole mission work. Now, this is normally the part of the story where the hero strategically transfers a piece of equipment to an alternate location.
Bro, fucking steal the plane. Take it. Fuck it. Cares.
So that he can get the job done. However, he doesn't have—
You know how much shit I've stolen just to get something done? Or just to appease chain of command? Plenty, man. Plenty. So, but then again, I never stole a whole ass plane from the NSA. But imagine if he did. You know what? I'm just gonna take it. I'll ask for forgiveness later. But you know, once I accomplish this mission, you know, they're probably just gonna be kissing my ass. That'd be great if that was the case.
Have to do that because what they do instead is decide to not tell the NSA anything.
But what Mama don't know won't hurt her.
And when I say they're not going to tell the NSA anything, I mean they are somehow going to keep it a secret from the NSA, the whole part of the story where the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, and the Army ground every single bird that's not on this mission. They're going to somehow keep that a secret from the fucking spy agency so that they go ahead and send up their 2 Silver Dawns doing hot laps around the Gulf of Tonkin that they have going around every—
Oh, that's genius, actually. They said no, but because they're being so secretive, they're just going to let them go up there on their own, and they're just going to use the fact that they're already up there to launch their mission. So they're launching their mission under the guise of the NSA not knowing what the fuck is actually going on, and this group is going to use the NSA and their planes to actually do their mission, and that's... Oh...
every single day, so that those 2 planes are in the air participating on this mission, whether the NSA knows it or not. And then as soon as the mission kicks off, they're going to radio over to them and just have them tell them whether or not the MiG-21s took off. It's both
like, hey, you're already up here, so can you tell me if they left? Thank you. Cool. And then the dudes in the planes are just like, you motherfuckers. Like...
and hilarious, because now even if the NSA does find out after the fact and get all pissed off, all the Air Force chain of command has to do is be like, oh, you guys didn't get that memo? We sent it. Right? At which point they're basically going to be forced to just drop the issue because none of them are going to want to take responsibility for not passing along the memo that never actually got sent. So that's it. This mission gets approved. Operation Bolo is going to happen. So they hurry up. They get all the jamming pods off of F-105s. They mount them on the F-4s. And while that's going—
Shame on you, NSA. You got trolled by the nation's finest and you didn't even realize it. And you're the National Security Agency. That's wild.
On, they schedule it with the entire U.S. military, all 4 branches, that nobody is to have planes in the air on January 2nd, 1967, except for the NSA, of course. Somebody forgot to tell them. So January 2nd rolls around, the Silver Dawn spy planes are already in the air, the F-4s are on the airstrip with the jamming pods mounted and they're ready to go, and it's fucking cloudy and overcast out, which is not good for this entire mission. But also, fuck it, there's nothing they can do. They have to run this mission right now. They shut down the skies over all of Southeast Asia to get this shit done. It has to happen right now or it's never going to happen. But I mean, hey, it should all work out. I mean, even inside of The Art of War, Sun Tzu once said, and I quote, "You can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather." Wait a minute. How did the lyrics to Miss Jackson get inside of my Sun Tzu book? I guess I was Andre 3000. I apologize.
Fuck it.
A trillion times. Anyways, point stands. The mission goes. So
We'll always have this island and your beautiful music.
Oh, that's great. Jesus. Okay, sorry, this will be over in a second.
Performance and dirt.
So the F4s get put up in the air, and there's 7 flights of F4s. Each flight is 4 F4s for a total of 28, and they are all named after cars. Flight 1 is named Olds, being led by Robin Olds. Flight 2 is Ford, led by Chappie, and Flight 3 is Rambler, being led by Captain John Stone. And everything they do follows exactly what the F-105s would normally do. They're taking the same route at the same elevation, using the same radio frequencies. They're even using bomber call signs in case somehow their radio transmissions get intercepted, and they're emitting the same jamming frequencies as well, using those pods. So sure enough, the MiGs show up, and wouldn't you know it, the first guy to see one is none other than Robin Olds. He immediately splits his flight into 2 groups of 2, and Olds and his wingman take off after this MiG. Olds fires 2 radar-guided missiles, and they both end up losing their lock, and he misses entirely. He then closes the distance more so he can fire a heat-seeking missile, and it's a dud. And then the MiG that he's chasing goes into the clouds, and he loses them entirely, and as soon as he loses sight of that MiG, another MiG is screaming past him, going the opposite direction, so close that Olds can't just make a normal turn. Without batting an eye, Olds immediately hits a vector roll, which is a technique right out of the World War II dogfighting handbook. It's essentially you nose up and you do a backflip corkscrew maneuver and end up behind your enemy. And as he's mid-vector roll upside down pulling G's, he gets a radio transmission from Captain Johnson of Rambler Group saying, "Hey, I just got into the battlefield. Where are you? I heard that you're engaging an enemy." Olds finishes the vector roll, gets behind this MiG, radios back to Stone, finds your own, and then fires a missile and blows up the first MiG-21. At this point, the rest of the MiGs kind of figure out the Americans have tricked them, and they are now basically locked inside of the Thunderdome, and they're going to have to fight their way out to have any chance at all. And
yo, that's so genius, and that's just amazing. They're just running laps, man, and the MiGs, there's like little flies trying to get out, and they can't they can't get out without engaging, and if they do get out, it doesn't. They're gonna have to fight regardless.
The entire thing devolves into one enormous dogfight. And remember, the other 4 flights aren't there yet. They're lagging behind a couple of minutes, so we still just have the original 3 flights of Olds, Ford, and Rambler for a total of 12 F4s going toe-to-toe with an unknown number of MiGs, potentially as many as 16. Now, cutting over to Ford flight, Chappie has a MiG on his tail, and he has no idea because his radio is malfunctioning, and he can't hear his wingman telling him, "Hey, you have an enemy on your tail." So, his wingman does the only thing he can think of. He handles it by himself. Bear in mind, it is Chappie, the MiG, and then his teammate. So his teammate can't
that's rough.
fire any missiles because he can't risk that missile accidentally locking onto Chappie. So he has to perform another vector roll. He noses up, does a corkscrew, backflips, and that puts him at 90 degrees from where he was previously. So now he's coming this way towards the enemy, and he fires heat-seeking missiles and blows up the MiG-21 behind Chappie without Chappie even knowing that it happened. Chappie then immediately...
He just sees missiles coming right past his plane and blowing up that MiG, and it's just like, the fuck?
He engages 2 MiGs that are directly in front of him, and while that's going on, cutting back over to Olds, his wingman informs him that, hey, his secondary fuel tank isn't feeding fuel for some reason, so he's already low on fuel. They're 5 minutes into this dogfight, and Robin Olds makes the call that he is going to escort his wingman out of the target area and back to the airfield, which is yet again another phenomenal display of leadership. He could have ordered somebody else to do it so he could have stayed in the fight and soaked up more kills and padded his stats, but no, he did it himself. For the next 8 minutes, the remaining 10 F4s engage every MiG-21 they can find until they have either been blown up or have disappeared and are hiding in the clouds. So at this point, the F4s called a day.
I think the reason the MiGs wanted no part of that fight is because they knew they wouldn't win, bro. They seemed very inexperienced in this fight. But I mean, dude, look at what they were up against, man. Legendary fucking war pilots, dude. It is just like, if the pilots of the MiGs weren't also on the same level as Olds and Chappie and like all these other ones and Rambler, like, bro, there was no way. Even though that plane should theoretically, on paper, demolish these planes because of its maneuverability and stuff like that, it just didn't matter, man. These guys got beat by experience.
Day, they head back to base. The other 4 flights of F-4s didn't even make it to the target zone in time, so only 12 of the 28 F-4s in the air actually engaged the enemy. As the F-4s start showing up and they start landing, the ground crews are there waiting with anticipation to find out how it went. I mean, this is one of the coolest missions ever done, probably the coolest thing a lot of these guys are ever going to be involved with, so they're super pumped to hear how it went. As the F-4 canopies open up, the pilots start holding up fingers of 1s and 2s, telling everybody how many MiGs they shot down, and the entire place turns into an enormous party. They're celebrating. All these guys are just absolutely pumped that they shot down a bunch of MiG-21s. So they debrief, trying to figure out everything that happened in this 13 minutes of absolute chaos. And first and foremost, the best news, not a single American pilot got shot down. Then they figure out that they for sure shot down 7 MiG-21s with an additional 2 probable for a total of as many as 9. And bear in mind that the North Vietnamese only had somewhere between 12 and 16 to begin with. So at worst,
that's like 70% of their arsenal right there as far as planes, so effectively you rendered them useless.
Operation Bolo has effectively destroyed at least half of North Vietnam's MiG-21 fleet. Okay, and there's always going to be that one guy in the comments section like, "Buh, I can't believe you made an entire video about them only shooting down 7 aircrafts. Buh." Okay, first.
Yeah, dude. Okay, first off, you're talking about, like, this is the equivalent of you go into close quarters combat with a sniper rifle and your opponent has an MP5. You know how difficult that is, man? Granted, in this situation, there was more of the F4s than there were of the MiGs. So they really did have them in numbers, man, and the MiGs just couldn't target enough of the F4s in time before they would get obliterated. They got beat by numbers and experience. So, like,
first of all, this isn't a video game, this is real life, and going 7-0 against peer aircrafts is absolutely incredible. Secondly, in a way, Operation Bolo didn't just destroy half of the enemy MiG-21 fleet, it also destroyed their entire fleet's operational capability, and that is because now...
And mind you, the most impressive part is that we did all of this with a whole bunch of bitch-ass politicians in the way, making every step of the way increasingly more difficult and impossible, and they still managed to do all of that. So, yeah, it does get a whole ass video, dog.
They can't make a mistake like that again because they've lost half of their fucking planes. If they do that, they won't have any. In addition to that, now they have no way of knowing if it's actually a bunch of F-105s are getting sent up to fight or if it's another trap. So now the remaining MiG-21s are going to be infinitely more cautious and more sparingly used, which is going to save countless F-105s in the long run. So in conclusion, Operation Bolo has gone down in history as one of the most successful ruses of all time, and it serves as a shining example of why you should never underestimate a couple of old men in a young man's game. In addition to that, it also proved something that I previously thought to be impossible, that you can in fact overcome the stupidity of politicians. The bad news is that you have to be a superhero level badass like Robin Olds or Daniel Chappie James Jr. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
You're not gonna make any fucking progress. Let's see what the comment section had to say. The more I learn about the Vietnam War, this is Bridget the Irish. The more I learn about the Vietnam War, the more I'm convinced that several people in our government wanted us to lose. Bro, it's not just Vietnam. I'm telling you. I walked those goddamn mountains of Afghanistan with my hands tied behind my back, bro. There was just certain situations where I could have blown this motherfucker away, man, and I had every reason to. But because of rules of engagement and the Geneva Convention and whatever fuckface is in Washington making decisions, I couldn't even lift my weapon. Couldn't even lift it to aim. It's like, fucking, it's garbage, bro. It's pathetic as fuck. This is literally what Rambo meant when said, somebody wouldn't let us win. Yep. See. They can probably fuck up boiling water. After my own heart and mind, when it comes to politicians, cackled like a goblin after hearing that, because they really can. Take the most simplest thing in the fucking world, bro, and the government will find a way to fuck it up. They will. It's just And the grander the scale, the bigger the fuck-ups. It's almost like they rise to the occasion. Like, oh man, how fucking dumb can we be in this war? Just how much more fucking retarded can we be in this one than we were in the last one? But I really do feel like it all boils back down to the military-industrial complex, and war makes money. War will always make money. And if these politicians can keep us at war and keep us in war, that's more money they can make. That's more money their friends can make. That's more money their friends in the military sector can make. Like, there's a lot of people that profit from fucking combat, man. You'd be surprised. And you'd actually be fucking disgusted how many people actually profit from combat. But that's just the way it goes, man, really, until it changes. I don't know. So, hearing politicians telling the military not to bomb anti-air and making them take a specific path, and only that path, genuinely angered me. Yeah, that shit makes me want to break military bearing. That shit makes me want to break the fucking rules, because I know that you're not looking out for me. I know that you're just doing dumb shit, or that you don't even know what you're doing. It makes me want to defy your orders. It makes me not even want to do it. It makes me want to tell you to go fuck yourself, and I'm going to do it my way. You can court-martial me when the job is done. Like, that shit, it angers me too. It really does. Like, it fucking puts me in a genuinely bad mood. It's just, well, all right. How was that? Shaka Khan. The fuck? Hello? Can you stop being blue? Thanks. That stance is crazy. I'm just looking through this real quick, seeing if there was anything I wanted to watch. Oh, wait, hold on. No. All right. Cool. Another video about that bitch? Is that JoJo Siwa girl? Ugh. I can't watch any more of that girl. That was too much. That was way too much. All right. Well, guys, gals, that's gonna do it. I gotta go feed my dog. I gotta go feed myself. I gotta go clean the house. As you can see, got a dirty room. I gotta do dishes. Cut the grass. Cut the grass before it gets dark. No, fuck that. I'll cut the grass tomorrow. It's too late. But I do got shit to do. My niece gets back this weekend. I gotta get the house ready for her arrival. So, I've been kind of lazy, but anyways, I'm out. We will be back here tomorrow, or we might be on Twitch tomorrow. If y'all have any music requests, put your music request in. Otherwise, we'll do another YouTube stream. So, yeah. I may stream some gaming tonight. It depends. Probably some Monster Hunter. I've been feeling like streaming that lately. Yeah. All right. So, love y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. I feel like we knocked out everyone's request, whatever request we had, whatever request was put in there. Whoever asked about a donation request, I don't think they ever did. So, we'll move on from that. And oh, I gotta watch that. Watch that on my own time. All right. Guys, gals, love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. If I don't see y'all tomorrow, have a fantastic weekend. It's Friday, so I hope y'all have a good one. All right. If y'all need anything, y'all can hit me up on Discord. Love y'all.